live. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? Danger Powers, how are you, sir? JD Kent, as usual. Hello, sir. And the Scarlet KM, how you doing? We got Kilvin Gator, Todd the Zombie. I can't keep up with these names, man. Deadpool and Merc, thank you for keeping your name the same. And we got Dark Darian 73 in the Discord. Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Wait, we're gonna have to start having reverse Patreon where you pay people to keep their names the same.
Oh my God, man. We used to have I think we used to have a thing where we could have name change in our Patreon, but I think we got rid of that a long time ago. All right, let's podcast, guys. I think we are ready to go. Yes. Here we go. What's up, Guardians? Welcome to episode 348 of the newly branded Guardian Down Roundtable. We've spent nearly 7 years as the Guardian Down cast show focusing on Destiny, but we're now taking a more broad overview of the entire gaming hobby. Every week, my co-hosts, Mr. Kingsley Mack and I will sit down with 2 rotating guest hosts to tackle topics of discussion. And we're covering everything from the gaming industry and tech to social media or whatever the guest co-host wants to talk about, whatever they have on their mind for the week. Our mission is simple, though. It's to create a dialogue with topics and news that impact our gaming hobby, all while keeping the focus on our community. We go live every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern on my Todd the Gator YouTube and Twitch channels. That is TODDTHEGATR, as well as our Discord live stage. Once a month, we invite a new member from our Discord community to pull up a chair and share their own story with us. We are a live video show, and an audio version is available every Monday morning, midnight, or actually 12:02. I try to anyway. We love the live shows, but we love interacting with our chat even more. So jump in, give us your input tonight, those of you who are live in our chat. And let's get things started by checking in first with my co-host from the great state of Utah, Mr. Kingsley Mack. How you doing, Mike? How you doing this week, man?
Hey, I'm doing great. Glad to be here. I feel like my brain is a little scatterbrained tonight, so apologize in advance to anyone. But no, I'm glad to be here, so I'm looking forward to it.
Hello, Miklo. How's the heat? I mean, you guys have been warmer than Florida this week.
Yeah, if we're gonna get into that, it is crazy. The whole West right now,
it is nuts, man.
Is breaking records like in over 100 cities and over 5 states or something like that.
Right.
And up in Utah, where we should be having snow on the ground still, well, maybe not the ground in the city, but close around everywhere, and probably a snowstorm. We had 82 for the high today. 82.
And you know what our high was today? 68.
It was a
perfect
We've been hotter
day.
than Florida for a bit.
Landon will tell you, it was a beautiful day today, man. It was like the day you
I know. And see, I like to compare, and for the people writing in the chat, I know it's even hotter in other parts of the West. I know, trust me. But like, I do my funny little competition against Utah should not be hotter than Florida.
Crazy, man. And it's been that way for like a month, Kingsley. It's crazy, man.
It's been like up and down, up and down. It's like a roller coaster down.
It is. Florida's been nuts, man. It has been nuts. That's for sure. I did want to mention before we get started tonight, due to some family reasons, Elmer Fudd Games and Fluffy Fingers MD unfortunately cannot make it tonight, but they have been rescheduled for future shows. So we'll see both of them on a new show very soon. You know what? This is what happens when you're a gamer dad. Family comes first, and then gaming and podcasting. So, like I said, we'll have them back on the show very soon. But let's introduce our guest tonight. I have known this gamer for over 7 years now. I dare to say almost a decade. Back in the days,
we were played to take King, so 11 years.
Jeez, man. I was just gonna say, back in the days of Destiny and Destiny 2, we would run King's Fall every week at Reset. And other Destiny raids. I mean, we learned all of the various encounters in the Leviathan raid. Remember raid layers? I hate to admit it, but when I went back, in our past episodes, I couldn't find him. Then it dawned on me that he has never been on our show. See, this is what happens when you have such a diverse community. Great people fall through the cracks and we never hear their gaming stories. But I'm so glad he said yes to be on the show this week. And, you're going to find out how awesome this guy is from the great state of Florida, my fellow Floridian. It's my friend, TheBatman2837. How you doing tonight, Landon?
I'm doing wonderful. The start of my weekend. I just got off work like 3 hours ago.
Nice, man. Yeah, and he works at the brand new Epic Park the Universal Epic,
Mm-hmm.
Epic, was it Epic Studios or Epic? What do they call it?
Epic Universe.
Universe. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. The park where the guy died on the roller coaster. Yes. That park. Yes.
I was actually there that day.
Were you really?
Oh,
my
geez.
God, man.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I wasn't at Disneyland the day when someone. If anyone knows, I worked at an amusement park also, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I remember you derailed a couple cars, didn't you? I said
Yeah, but I didn't kill anyone.
That's the one thing I remember. That's the one thing I
You
remember.
put that conversation right after.
Hey, somebody clip that. Yeah. No, no,
Yeah,
I'm
that's true
sorry,
about
man.
that.
I'm
It's true.
sorry. That's what happens when you share stories with us.
Hey,
Everybody
good
remembers.
point.
Hey, Dad Bod Hero. How you doing, man? Miklo, how you doing? Well, here's what we got on tonight's show. It's kind of a scrambled show. We got so much to talk about tonight. First, we're going to start things off proper by interviewing my friend Landon here. We're also going to put him through the paces of our speed run segment, which is a random list of 25 questions submitted through our community over the years. So I'll be curious what his answers are on that tonight. And of course, I handpicked those. Next, I ran across this story from a YouTuber about 2 months ago, and I really enjoyed his video. His channel is called Internet Education, and he covers various topics in the gaming industry and has some curious takes I'm going to share. One of those takes tonight, and I'm curious what side of the fence everyone clings to on this argument. So we'll look forward to that. Next, we're going to take a break from the discussion, check in with our weekly Destiny Roundup, where we'll highlight any news and information concerning Bungie, Destiny 2, and Marathon these days. Then it's on to topic number 2. Kingsley Mac's going to jump in and first discuss any recent news in the gaming world or anything he has on his mind for the week. But then he has a list of 5 current gen games that you can finish in under 10 hours. You know, since some of us are on hold on the Destiny 2 game at the moment. For the final topic of the show, I'm going to discuss an interview that PC Gamer had with a little studio that reinvented themselves and why many games don't have that chance these days. And that might be a problem. After which point we'll shift into our catch-up segment where, with everybody and share our highlights of our week. And at the end of the show, if time allows, we'll answer questions from our community as well. So if you do have a question for us, make sure you enter them in our podcast questions channel in our Discord community, and we might read it aloud live on the show. And remember, if you want to send us a voicemail or an email, go to guardiandowncast.com to find out more about that. So if everyone's ready, let's roll. As I shuffle papers on my, should have got rid of those papers, I guess. Good. All right. You ready, Landon?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, man.
Zombie, you're gonna absolutely love Epic. It's so much fun.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
I'm jealous. I want to go there too.
He went there for they had the whole week where they could go in for free and just ride all the rides and
It
stuff.
was like 3 months.
Holy crap, man. That is
Oh,
definitely
geez, that is long. We
That's
didn't have
definitely a
that
perk.
long ever.
Yeah. So I got there in January, and we didn't even start testing rides until February.
Yep.
So from February to May is when we did team member previews or whatever, and they just let us ride
That's
whenever
crazy.
we want.
Dad Bod Hero,
Nice,
we're definitely
nice.
going to talk about that tonight, man. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I think me and Kingsley have something in common with that tonight. Okay, here we go.
What are we talking about?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Nothing.
Don't worry about it.
Nothing,
It'll come up
nothing.
later in conversation. Trust me.
It's so funny. Like we've been trying to hide it, and then everyone already knows.
Everyone's already. No, I don't think they
We
guessed.
already know what you're talking about.
No, I think they guessed about some. They were just throwing it out there. All right, here we go.
You're wrong. No, I can't confirm or nor deny.
No, that's right. All right, here we go. 3, 2. All right, let's get to know this guy named Landon, aka TheBatman2837. Landon, I've known you forever, man. But I want everyone else to kind of discover what you're all about tonight. I think you're a special dude, man. You always make everybody laugh when we've got in our games, our raid crews back in the day. And yes, you're right. We go all the way back to the original Destiny game. So, start by this. I think we kind of alluded to it already in the break, but what do you do for a living, sir?
I work at Universal's Epic Universe, the brand new park. I work in the entertainment department.
Oh, no, what does that entail exactly?
So I work I help the characters get ready. I work their show times and do all that kind of stuff.
That's pretty cool, man. I've always wondered all the roles in a theme park. I never worked at a theme park. You think I would have, lived here all my life, but I never got into that stuff. I was too busy doing things. Must have been
a
doing
lot
construction.
more than I originally thought. And because like I was like, oh, it's a theme park. How
Yeah.
big can it be? And then I first started working at Disney and was like, this place is massive.
Well,
Yeah.
And then I moved
And
over to Universal.
I'd like to say too, because I have that experience. I worked at Disneyland, but the Disney Corporation. I know a lot of what's going on, and just I didn't know exactly. I think I kind of in theory knew about that position, but boy, I'm like it would have been fun for me because I wouldn't ever want to be like an entertainment person, but the logistics of putting it together seems way fun and interesting because it sounds like something different's always going on. I like variety.
yeah, my daughter was, she just got out of school and she wanted, for the longest time, she wanted to be a set decorator. She wanted to design the themes for each ride. There's a big art department that puts all that stuff together, prop department and stuff. She had an in with the manager of the place at Universal, and then COVID hit. And I was like, well, yeah, all that just went away because that just kind of killed everything in Florida at the time. Timing was terrible, I guess, but she's doing other things now, but I've always been curious, you know. So what is a day in the life of the Batman in Universal other than the other Batman? But I mean, what's a day in the life, man? What do you usually do day to day?
Depending on what time I get there,
Yeah,
I either set up everything, make sure everyone's set, ready to go, and just make sure everybody runs smoothly. The main thing is obviously you have more than one actor. So like we have a character named Igor.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want the same two Igors coming on at the same time.
So you coordinate all that, make sure there's no overlap.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. You ever get well, I guess I will get you in trouble. I won't mess that. I'd say there's some backstories about some really nasty guys in those costumes, but not nasty, but like mean to kids, making them cry and stuff, like they've had a long day or something.
Igor is character. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. I think you have to be a character to get in those costumes. You have to kind of act like the characters, I would think.
If you come to Epic Universe, meet Igor, and you'll know what I mean by him being a character.
Man, they got a ton of characters too, man. I mean,
yeah,
like the guy who plays as what is it? Is it Rodimus Prime? Not Rodimus. You know, in the Transformers ride, there's a guy. I think they have to be on stilts.
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. You can tell I really follow that franchise.
So there's all
on, man.
three
That's
of
like
them.
the-
There's
I know.
Optimus, Bumblebee, and Megatron.
Yes.
Each one of them have to be on stilts.
It's crazy, man. I see how tall those guys are. I'm like, how are they? It's nuts, man. And you see the parades and stuff they do. They got all these guys on stilts and.
Oh man, at Halloween Horror Nights, they go all out. Like,
Oh,
there
they
are people
do.
on
I've been to
stilts.
several.
There are people in like harnesses hanging from the roof. It's wild.
And those damn strobe rooms just kick my ass, man. I get out of there. I'm so discombobulated. But I went with my daughter one year, and my God, that was fun. And Mardi Gras events are fun too.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mardi Gras is fun. I go to HHN for the food because their food booths are always top tier.
Nice, man. I like it. Yeah. Well, okay. Let me ask you this. I know recently you got married. Plan on having some kids soon or what?
We are planning on going back to Georgia first.
Okay. Why would you want to go to Georgia? What the hell's in Georgia? You're in
All of
Florida,
our
man.
family. All of our families up in Georgia.
I'm trying to gaslight somebody. It's not working. All right. No, I
My man, I have been on I-4 long enough to know that I'm tired of it.
I know. I hear you, man. I hear you. I-4 corridor. They call it a corridor for a reason. Well, what was your earliest moment getting into video games, man? I mean, when did it all start? How far back does it go back?
Well, it all started with my gamer tag when I went into GameStop and picked up Batman Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
And absolutely fell in love with it.
It was a good game.
And then played Arkham City right after that, and then played Arkham Knight to finish out the whole trilogy.
Nice. So,
and not trying to date you, but if you're when were those those years that those games? Because I don't even know
PS3?
those games as much.
PS3.
Arkham Asylum, I'm pretty sure it was PS3 because Origins was also PS3.
Yeah.
Back a bit, yeah.
So you're a late bloomer into gaming then. Did you game?
Oh, I played on my dad's Atari and his 64.
Okay, so you've go all the way back then. Okay. What age were you when you first started? You remember?
7, 8.
Okay. All right. Cool.
because I played Kingdom Hearts on the PlayStation 2.
Nice. How did you find this game called Destiny?
Entirely by accident. Me and some friends of mine were in our senior high school, and we looked up games to play in co-op, and they were like, "This is awesome new game coming out called Destiny. It's a looter shooter." And I came from the Borderlands series, and I was like, "You have me at loot. Let's try it," and absolutely fell in love with it.
I know you love Borderlands too. Looter shooters, man. I get it. Now,
And another game, which we'll talk about later.
yes, we will.
Yes.
Yes, we will. I'm trying to stay on the rails here. Kingsley's trying to derail me.
Sorry.
What's going on here?
Yep.
It's supposed to be the other way around.
It's opposite
No,
night.
no, I love that you're interjecting. I love it. Tell me a time in Destiny 1 or Destiny 2 that just brought a big smile to your face.
It was probably when we formed Fake TV Friends for the first time, because like that was the first time like I actually had a set raid group
Yeah.
to like run raids, and like that's my favorite part of Destiny is like the raids, the teamwork, all that kind of stuff.
Nice. Yeah, good times, man. So many good memories in that. Now, you want to explain what Fake TV Friends, how that clan came about?
So me and a bunch of other friends, including Gator, all were like, let's just make our own clan. It was like 9 of us actually.
Yeah.
And we were all like, let's just make a clan together. And we were doing a raid with an LFG person, and someone in the background was like, you just want to sit there and play with your fake TV friends. And like all of us collectively were like, that's our name.
That's an awesome.
That's it.
That is an awesome.
That is amazing.
Dude, that'd make a good podcast, to be honest. Fake TV Friends. That would be an awesome podcast. Think about it. Yeah, I remember those days. I was late because 300 Bowler, which is my buddy I bowl with on my league, he's the one that brought me into that clan because he knew you guys first. And I don't know how he met you guys, but I did.
We were a part of a Super Troopers clan.
That's right.
Called Team Leader Okola. And me, Muffin, and Bowler, all three would like do Prison of Elders and stuff like that. So we were like, we all three played together. So we just like LFG raids. And then he was like, I got a guy, and then messaged you, and then you joined it.
That's right. Well, I think I was
And
in
then
between
I have
clans.
to remember too how I joined you guys originally, because I don't think it was through Gator, because I wasn't raiding with Gator much.
No,
back
we didn't
then.
even know each other, Kingsley.
So how
at that
did I
time.
find you guys then, Batman?
I distinctly remember a very, very long Garden of Salvation where we were doing a div run that you were a part of. I think that was the first time we raided together.
But you came
And
from.
do we randomly, or do you think we would just through some Discord talk from one
I think
Discord to
just
another?
through Discord, because I was a part
okay.
of GDC before Guardian Hub.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would make sense then. Yeah.
Now, you
okay.
came from the Derp clan, though, right, Kingsley? One of the Derp clans?
Just in reset.
That's what I thought, yeah.
That's not the Derp clan.
Oh,
I know, DRP.
They used to call it Derp. Yeah.
Yeah, they try to say DRP.
Hey,
Though.
when did Benny get in the picture? I'm trying to remember when Benny joined.
When did he join in?
I like Benny because I gotta tell you, Benny.
Benny. I have
All
funny
right.
stories about Benny. So go ahead.
Kingsley. You know why? You know
This is
where?
about
You know,
Batman. Are we talking about someone else?
I'm sorry. I'm just reminiscing, but Benny,
No,
Benny
it
would
is
always.
part of it.
Benny loves to explain step by step what he's doing in the game. He's all right. I'm going over here now. Okay, I'm going over here. And Kingsley rags my ass every time I'd say that. So I'm trying to let everybody know what's going on. But Benny was always so cool about that. He'd always say, "Okay, I'm getting this set up," and he just loved to.
Yeah.
Just loved to talk
Gator,
things.
if you're gonna talk about Benny, you got to say Kingsley's name correctly.
That's what I was going to say. Do you know how my name actually is said?
What? Kingsley Mac? What are you talking about?
Kingly.
Oh,
He'd always say it wrong. Right?
Benny has adopted it from on high.
That's right.
My name is Kingly.
Kingsley. That's right. I remember that now.
All right. I mean, I somewhat agree. We gotta go by those rules.
What do you now? Have you talked to Benny in a while, or is
I have not.
man? I haven't seen him in forever. I know he was. I actually think he's still in our Discord, but I hardly see him anymore. Do you remember what his gamer tag was? Damn,
I
know.
can look right now. Actually,
I tried to think of it too. I couldn't remember it. It was based on a
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke. Yeah, how can you forget Deathstroke? Yeah, good deal. What character do you like in the game most in Destiny?
Are we talking like class or just all characters?
No, not class. I'm talking about like the NPCs in the game.
As much as I hate his game mode, I love Drifter.
Yeah, everybody likes him because he doesn't play by the rules. Now, are you a solo player or do you prefer to play in a fire team these days?
It kind of depends on what I'm doing, but I love like grouping up, doing dungeons and raids.
Right.
But like if I just want to like chill out, listen to music or a podcast, I'll just run some stuff in the portal solo.
Nice. Well, I know I took a break from Tape Fake TV Friends. I had that's when Destiny 2 first came out.
Reality TV?
No, for when Destiny 2 first, no, I'm talking Forsaken. I remember when Forsaken came out. And you remember how much the game changed in Forsaken? I remember my ADHD was off the charts, man. I would look at all this shit flashing at me, triumphs and stuff, and I just froze. I literally have never done this ever in a game. I literally froze, and I just didn't know what to do next. And then
there was so much to do.
And you guys were cramming, trying to get ready for the new raid, the last, was it the
Last Wish.
The Last Wish raid, and I was so stressed, man. I was like, I don't want to be forced to play raid if I'm not ready yet, and it got a little, whatever. I probably got a little bitchy, and I took a break, and then somehow you came back to Guardian Downcast. Do you remember how you found our community? Was it?
I found it accidentally because I stopped playing Destiny for like a year after the DLC after Forsaken. Shadowkeep?
Yeah.
Shadowkeep, because I just didn't, I was kind of like in that mood of like, I just don't want to play that right now. And then 2 seasons into that year, I found you playing Gambit, and I was like, let me see if he needs an extra person, and just hopped in.
Yeah, you've always been real cool jumping into games and stuff. So, yeah, that's awesome. Are you a Titan hunter or Warlock main?
I started Destiny 1 as a hunter, but ended Destiny 2 as a Warlock.
Nice, that's right. I keep thinking you were a Titan one time because we did a what is it what was that thing where you look for you could be a seeker, you could look, someone could join your, it was a beta.
Gambit Prime?
What's that?
Gambit Prime?
No. It was where you could find like
to help people.
Yeah. It's a beta program.
In-game raid group up old version guided games. Yeah.
Guided games. I remember we had the guided games, and these people, I mean, if they were a seeker and they were looking for a group, they had to wait like 45 minutes. That's how long you had to wait to get into a group. And I remember he came in and we were doing the raid layer where you go through the platforms, where the water platforms are that sink in the water at the Leviathan. And I remember this guy, brand new, freaking shoulder charged me off the edge into the water. And I've never been so fucking mad, man. I was so mad. I said, this guy's out. Get him out. And then just take a chill pill, chill out. He's just having fun.
Oh, man. I get you. I feel you, but I feel bad too because that probably gave that raid a bad experience for you, and that's one of my favorite raids if it ever comes back.
No, I mean, I love all the Leviathan layers. They were a lot of fun.
Eater Worlds, that's what it was called.
Eater Worlds, yep. Yeah, it was it was a lot of fun, man. But sorry, I'm kind of reminiscing halfway through the interview here, but there's so many memories, man. What activities do you prefer to play when you're in the game?
Obviously the raids or dungeons, because like they're the best piece of content. But I don't mind a little Crucible now and again. Yeah.
You're not bad at Crucible. You're pretty good. I would say decent. That's a callback. What now?
According to what scale? The Gator scale.
I'd always say someone is decent if they kick my ass in Crucible.
There you go.
What one weapon in your vault will you refuse to delete and why? You can use them if you need to.
I am actually on the game right now looking through my vault scene. Probably my year 1 Ghost Primus with 50k kills on it.
That's the auto rifle from Leviathan, right?
From Leviathan, yeah.
That was a great rifle too. Man, those rifles were so ornamental. They were so adorned with gold and stuff. It's the inaugural address for me, obviously. But yeah, Dabot Hero. We wish Leviathan will come back because there's so many good things to play in that. That's for sure. If Bungie assigned you a small but versatile dev team just to you, you're in charge, what would you work on for the game?
Better strikes.
Yeah, strikes are. I mean, I think people quit playing strikes a long time ago, unless they have to play them.
They're over in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
They're like, if you want something that's difficult and fun at the same time,
Yeah.
could bring back the original difficult Nightfalls, like Shield Brothers on Solar Burn.
Oh God, I missed that raid. I mean that strike. That's one of my favorite strikes, man. Because that last
You hide
room,
in that one though, Todd.
I would do the
There is a
cheese.
hiding spot.
Sometimes I would do the cheese where I could hide underneath the edges, and the edges where you couldn't, put the mortar on you. But I remember playing that solo, man. I was freaking out, running all over the place, and I finally got it done. But you know me, man. I like to push and try to do stuff solo if I can. But that was that brings back good memories. That's such a fun strike. Yeah, that's what we're missing in Destiny right now. Things like that.
Just that strike. Just kidding.
Just that one.
I mean, just the whole
Everything
world.
we saved with
Just the whole world. The whole world. It was great there.
Yeah.
Do you have any other hobbies outside of gaming?
Other than working at a theme park, not really.
Okay. And you're married too, so it's Mrs. Batman time too. I get that. How long you been married now, man?
A little over a year now.
Good deal, man. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you, man. I have a feeling I know this answer, but what is up with that gamer tag? Batman2837.
So when I played on PlayStation 3, I was originally just a random gamer tag that I thought of. I don't even remember it now. And then when I upgraded to PlayStation 4, I couldn't get into the email of that account. So I was like, I'll just make a new one. And I was like, I've played all of the Batman games. It's only fair that I name it that.
Yeah. I got you. 2837 is just a random number they put behind it?
It is actually the mailbox number of the house I grew up in.
Oh, nice. Okay, so it does have meaning. It is symbolic. I like it. I love gamer tags that are symbolic. It kind of tells you about somebody, but not really, unless you know the person. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you have a motto or mantra that you live by these days?
Eventually, it'll be all right.
That's a good way to live. Definitely. Well, I appreciate you telling a little bit about you, Batman. But of course, we have to put you through the speed run.
Let's do it.
So this segment is called the speed run. I've handpacked. Why do I keep saying that? I'm gonna reword that.
Words are hard.
I've handpicked 25 questions from a pool of over 1,100 questions submitted by our community all these years. These are quick, simple answers to get to know our guests at an even deeper level. No time limits, no contest, just quick questions and quick answers. So if you're ready, Landon, let's begin. Number 1, what would be your ideal career or job?
The one I'm in now, actually. I love entertainment.
Awesome, dude. What is the best cheese on a cheeseburger?
Pepper Jack.
Okay, I could go with that. What is your favorite Destiny exotic from either game?
Hawkmoon.
Really? Okay. You and Kingsley with the hand cannons. All right. If you could choose, who would voice your ghost?
I want to bring back Dinklebot.
Okay. All right. Void, solar, arc, stasis, or strand?
Solar.
Pulse, hand cannon, scout, or auto rifle?
Hand cannon.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Not in Florida anymore. Probably on the coast somewhere, but just not in Florida.
Okay, gotcha. What was your first music album? As a thinker.
Linkin Park's "A Minutes to Midnight."
Very cool. All right. I think you'd think a little longer on that one. What's the worst job you've ever had?
GameStop.
Shout out to GameStop, everybody.
Man.
Describe yourself in one word.
Hyperactive.
Okay. What's the best sandwich?
The best sandwich is a meatball sub.
Ooh, I can go with that. Okay. Sweet or salty, and what's your favorite snack based on that answer?
Sweet, and it is the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Thins.
Now I'm hungry. Okay. If you had more time, what would you do with it?
Try to make my own video game.
Okay. What is your favorite Destiny planet and why?
It's not there anymore, but it was Io
Everybody
because
likes Io.
It was cool looking, especially had the Whisper mission.
Plus, you had the Vex, like giant citadel right there in the middle of the place too. It didn't fit in at all. But
I had one of my favorite Destiny 2 strikes, the Pyramidian.
yeah, it's a good strike. Very ornate. Man, Destiny makes beautiful games, man. What is your wife's eye color? This is a marriage test. Blue? Yeah, all right.
Blue.
Damn. Okay, I thought you'd take longer on that too. Here, I'm thinking last night, I said, what can I stump them with? If you could take any one famous person to dinner, who would it be?
Christopher Nolan.
I like that. Okay. Do you pull into or back into a parking spot?
Pull into. People that back into it don't make any sense, especially when I see it at work.
Dude, I have a big pickup truck. It's too hard to back out. All right. I might have overshared. Have you ever had a nickname?
It's Batman because in high school I wore something Batman related every single day.
All right.
So even the teachers started calling me it.
All right. So you've been familiar with that name for a while. Nice. Okay. Can you drive a stick shift?
Yes.
Very good. You pass. Who is your favorite? I already asked you this. I'll ask you a bonus one. Do you eat your leftovers or do they spoil in the fridge?
It depends on what they are.
Okay. What weapon slot do you use the most for an exotic weapon slot?
Probably primary because it's either at the moment the practicing blade or one of the hand cannons.
C-3PO or R2-D2?
R2.
Okay. If you had infinite money, would you still choose to work?
Yes.
Name one thing that you would change about yourself.
I already did, and it was my teeth.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Nice. I need to work on mine. You would never know it, but I'm missing 2 teeth right now.
I'm missing all of mine.
What? How'd that happen?
So when I was a kid, I had this weird thing where like my teeth already had cavities in them. So like my teeth were rotting outside of my head and there's nothing I could have done.
Man.
So my dentist was like, you either get them taken out now or later on. And the same thing happened to my dad. He got his taken out when he was 26.
So you have implants? The implants?
Mm-hmm.
How hard was that? I got to do 2 of them.
It was the worst. I don't recommend it.
That's not what I needed to hear. Okay. All right. I'll ask you a question that I forgot to ask you on the first part of the interview. What is something about you that our community may not know about you?
Yeah, that I have fake teeth.
No, come on, pick something else.
That I really want to be a voice actor.
Okay.
And I am a DM for a lot of D&D campaigns.
I could see that. Okay. You got a good speaking voice. I like that. All right, Batman, I'll let you off the hook. Thank you for completing the speed run. Thanks for playing along with us tonight. Okay, just a little announcement, PSA for all of our community out there. If you got a question out there that you want to ask for a future speed run, you have a speed run question that you think would be good for our future guest out there, let's hear it. Just go to our 2027 speed run channel and submit your question there. And at the beginning of 2027, we're going to have 2 more drawings for a $25 Amazon gift card. We had 2 winners this past January. What do you have to lose? Let's hear it. Remember, there's 1 entry per member will go into the drawings, but you can give us as many as you like, and we'll put them in our database of future speedrun questions. Thanks, and good luck with that. All right, I think it's time for our first topic, and that is me when we return. All right. Thanks, man. That was good.
Yeah.
That's good. I didn't want to get too personal. So, yeah, I think we're good there. Okay. Just double checking everything. We're good there. Okay. Making sure everything's running still. Okay.
Everything's sounding great this week.
It does. You know why? I'm not sure. I'm not streaming anything to Discord this week. I think that was what set it off. I don't know, but I'm knocking on wood because I don't want anything to happen.
But is your camera and audio still that virtual thing?
Everything's the same. Everything's exactly the same. Well, we have one less person camera-wise tied in tonight too. It might be helping. I don't know. I'd be helping with bandwidth.
Oh, if it adds a different memory for each virtual cube you're doing.
Maybe. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, as I mentioned in the intro, I found this YouTuber about 2 months ago, and he had a pretty hot take in the world of gaming, and I want to share his views and see what you guys think about this. And that hot take is that very soon, or even maybe now, more and more players have stopped buying video games. You may say, what? Didn't Slay the Spire just hit 500,000 concurrent players last week? What are you talking about? Let me explain his takes here, and you guys can chime in. Here's the breakdown of what he says is impacting our hobby right now. The first one is called The Architect of the Nightmare. The video traces our current mess back to John Riccitiello. He's a former EA and Unity CEO, and his philosophy was built on designing games as money extraction machines first and entertainment second. Remember that infamous 2012 speech where he suggested charging $1 just to reload your gun in Battlefield? That mindset became the gospel for a lot of AAA executives out there. The next thing he talks about is how the generation is being priced out. It's not just a protest. Gen Z is literally being priced out of this hobby with $70 to $80 price tags, microtransactions, and the rising cost of living. Younger gamers are being careful with their disposable income. In fact, 36% of Gen Z gamers now spend nothing on new games. The third thing he talked about was that ownership is dying. We've talked about this on the show before, the Cruise situation where Ubisoft shut down servers and made a paid game unplayable. It's a huge red flag. Executives are even saying out loud that the players need to get comfortable not owning games. So you're just buying a license these days. So you can't, if they close the online portion of the game down, you're pretty much screwed. You can't go back and play it like the hard games that we would put, like a CD-ROM that we'd put into our PlayStations or whatever in the Xbox or whatever. But more and more you're buying a license. And I think that trend's going to continue, by the way. AAA bloat versus the indie heart. While AAA budgets have ballooned to unsustainable levels, leading to disasters like Concord or the half-baked releases like Star Wars Outlaws. I know, Kingsley, you said it was good. The money is shifting to indies. Games like Hades 2, Palworld, and Lethal Company are winning because they focus on being fun and respect the player's wallet. You can get 4 unique indie experiences for the price of one, quote, gamble of an AAA title these days. And then the last thing he talks about is the lesson for the industry. The takeaway is pretty simple. Monetization shouldn't be the goal here. It should be the result of making a great game. AAA studios are losing the back end of the market because they've forgotten to ask the most basic question: is the core game actually fun? I mean, it's a tough look that he has on the industry, but it's a dialogue I think we need to have here, because if the big studios don't start respecting the community again, and we're just money-making machines for investors, they're going to lose an entire generation of gamers for good. But I'm curious what the live chat thinks. I'm curious what you guys here in the show think about this. Are you finding more joy in those $20 indie gems, or do you still buy the $70 blockbusters? What do you guys think? Landon, I'll start with you, man. What do you think about all this?
So a lot of the times when I look at a game, I look for gameplay first. I don't look at trailers. I don't look at story. I look at the gameplay. And if the gameplay looks fun, then I'll dive deeper and look at story and see if it's interesting.
Right.
Like I have a lot more indies on downloaded right now than I do like AAA.
Really?
Mhm.
And you're considered, are you millennial or Gen Z?
Whatever 96 is.
You're millennial. Gen Z, I think, started with 98, 99? 99, I think. No, is it? Anyway, you're a young millennial, basically. Sounds like. Okay, so you're buying mostly indies now.
Yeah, and then there are obviously the big releases that everyone will be talking about.
Yeah.
One we'll talk about later, which I have thoughts on. And then Starfield got announced on PlayStation. I'll probably pick that up because I've been wanting to try it.
Cool. What about you, Kingsley? What do you tend to go toward these days? I know
it's interesting. Yeah,
we're kind of the white whales, right? We're the ones that have the disposable income, but I'm just still curious what you think about it.
Sure. Yeah. No, and that I was going to put that in the equation, and then I'm definitely interested to answer the other questions too about on the article. But yeah, like for video games, money, luckily for me at this point in life, isn't really a concern. It doesn't mean like I buy everything just haphazardly. I don't buy that many video games, probably compared to Todd. You haven't played as many, but anyways, no. The point is like I don't really care if it's indie or big. Now, of course, I'm going to be a little more skeptical these days on the big companies. I'm not just going to buy it because, but there are plenty of big ones I will still buy on day one, and I have, and I did recently.
Yeah.
Very recently.
This is so funny. We keep dancing around.
Go ahead, just say it. Just say what because I bought it too last. I bought it too last night. All right.
Well, whenever you want.
There's this little game called Crimson Desert that reminds me of my early days of Dynasty Warriors. And once I saw the gameplay on this game, and I did listen to a couple people who are Destiny players that play this, that have tried this game before it was released. They got an early copy. They were blown away with it, and that's all I needed to hear, man. And I know I still need to play Elden Ring. And like Dad Bod Hero was saying, they're saying 300 hours to complete this game.
Oh yeah,
that's what I want. I want something to invest in time.
Well, Todd, you know what you're saying is true, but also the opposite's true. I hear too. Like, yeah, Crimson Warriors, but it has a wide variety of kind of like almost annoyingly super hard stuff too in the game. So it's gonna be a potential big mix. I'm a little scared. I bought it today too. I even look with how long the game is and how much exploration there is. Even if I don't complete the full story, I would actually be happy probably. Of course, I want to complete it, but I'm a little concerned. Like it has like some really good reviews, and then a couple of people are like, "There's some bugs," but supposedly they came out with a huge patch today, and that studio supposedly fixes bugs faster than most.
What do you know? What do you know about this studio? Do you remember what studio was making this?
Oh, Pearl Abyss.
Pearl Abyss. I don't know anything about the studio.
They did another game, Black Desert, in which I didn't play that, but
Black Desert Online. It was a military shooter, I think.
Oh wait,
no.
Am I thinking of something else? Sorry. Go ahead, Batman.
Maybe I said the wrong
name
of the game.
I'm super.
No, it was Black Desert.
Black Desert. Okay.
Yeah,
but it's an MMORPG. These are action RPGs, not a military shooter.
Okay, I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah.
I'm interested in it, but the one complaint I have seen about it is it's a slow burn, so it takes a little bit to like get into. So I'm interested to see if that'll grab me because I had the same issue happen with the first Horizon game, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I played it, I just could not, like, the story was cool, the gameplay was cool, but something didn't click for me until I played it the second time and just got through it. And then when the world like opened up to, I was like, okay, I see why people like this game now. That's
exactly the way I played it. I first got it, I was like, I don't like this game. Hacking into Beast, I don't. This is stupid. Where's the guns? This is all bows and arrows. What the heck? And then I came back and said, all right, you bought the damn game. Let's go. Jump in and play. It's a PlayStation exclusive. Jump in, and oh my God, once I started playing the story, I was sucked in. I was good. Same way. I came back to it after I initially bought it and loved it. So Black Desert Online. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
But that might still be different than the Black Desert game.
It probably is.
I haven't looked up Black
I'm
Desert
probably
online.
thinking of another shooter game that I'm putting too much together. Speaking of which, Dadbot Hero had a couple comments in chat. He goes, I also miss getting my month issue of Electronic Gaming monthly magazines. It was always exciting to see what would be coming soon. It feels like the element of surprise is gone now because of content creation. He also says, and I'm not saying content creation is a bad thing. If anything, it's made video games more popular. I just miss the old school way of introducing a new game. Yeah, and he said he bought it too. So actually,
what I miss?
What's that?
Game Informer.
I miss that. Yeah, I do too.
Bringing back to the GameStop days.
Dude, I'd learn about the new Destiny stuff coming up well before the YouTubers got hands-on or were able to release videos. I always got an early view on the Game Informer.
So I distinctly remember Game Informer having a Forsaken cover because I had it somewhere.
You know, I remember the one for Rise of Iron for some reason. Yeah. That Game Informer, and it's when I was getting into the game too, and it told you about all the aspects ahead of time. I was like, that was like my Bible for like a week. I was just reading all that stuff.
Great illustrations. I mean, it just showed you the UI and everything. It was so fun to look. I dive into those magazine articles. Rodimus says, indie gems are my staple now. Friend slops. Deadpool Will Merc. Indie games are more fun than AAA games now because they focus on what the gamers want versus trying to make money on everything. Crimson, 300 hours straight through, or is that doing every side quest? I'm not sure, Kelvin. Yeah, what they're saying there, but
I never want to vary. But I think that's crazy numbers.
I think that's if you want to platinum the game. I think that's what they're talking about there. So that means probably all the side missions and stuff. But I think you can get through if I remember correctly, the person I was watching the video on said he had 100 hours in so far. He says you could breeze through the campaign if you just skip everything, but he says he's 100 hours in and there's so much more to do. So it just sounds like an old fashioned video game, and it's a single player game. You play it, you sell the game, you buy the game, you play the game, and you move on to the next game.
Well,
so
they're trying to, it's not going to be like Witcher style, but look, anything that kind of comes out these days that are close to this is my bread and butter, and I don't care. I don't have to have a Witcher level every single time or things like that. So
well, when two reviewers both said Dynasty Warriors, I said take my money, because I love Dynasty Warriors, don't get me wrong. I played so many of those games, those hack and slash games, but the problem with Dynasty Warriors is the story's the same. It's all about Chinese history and all these great warriors and stuff. And they play out the same scenarios, and there's a little strategy or little objectives involved. But other than that, it's the same game. They really never iterated anything. They never made anything different. And now when I saw this game, and of course the graphics are fantastic. So I bought it for PS5 Pro. So we're going to see how it plays, but that's probably going to be my game of the month, maybe for April. Marathon is it right now. We'll talk about Marathon, but any other comments on these other parts? I know Kingsley, you wanted to maybe pick this apart a little.
Well, I mean, the story in general is funny. Of course, I agree with it all, but also it's kind of like we could have said this 2 years ago, the exact same story, right?
Yeah.
But they're all good points. I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying the thing that I find that's most interesting. Let's talk about how much things have changed. I really think it's that Gen Z component. And I talked about it even on the last week's show. Like, it's not that people don't want to buy games. It's just mostly they can't afford them. And you could say that was always the case when we were younger, Todd, but I really think it's worse these days, where it's harder to have the funds for whatever reason. Obviously, even if you have enough money, we all know inflation and prices have gone up.
And so we talked about this last week about how the younger generations aren't really, I know you didn't agree with me on this, but they're identifying themselves by the game they play, not the fact that they play a lot of games. And you can say maybe that's
that point I had no comment on, actually.
Yeah, but the fact that that Roblox is just millions and millions of people playing that game. I never even played that game once, and it's just a totally different generation. But anyway, going back to this article, the bloat, the ownership problems, the generation, of course, we talked about being priced out. And then, of course, this guy, John Risatello, he's the one that got this mindset into all these AAA executives that everything seems to be so built around picking your wallet apart, and you hear about these kids on these free-to-play games spending $2,000 on this game with using their mom's credit card and stuff. You hear about these nightmares all the time. But any other comments on this? This was just a kind of a callback story a little bit, but it was something I did want to still mention because I really liked the video. Thought it was really good. So any other comments on this part?
No, I'm good.
Landon?
No.
Good? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's take a break and check in with Bungie. And boy, do we have an info dump this week. We might be here a while. We'll check in with that right after this. All right. Let me get rid of these extra windows. That way I'm not bogging down my computer. God, this last story is going to be a lot of fun to talk about too. Okay. Yeah. What the heck, Todd? What'd you do? Did you close another? Did I do it again? I keep closing my notes. It's just kicking my.
It just, I think taking over.
I think I just closed
They've
out my
gone
notes.
sentient.
I think I just
AI
closed out
notes.
my notes again. There it is. Let's pull it back up. There we go.
Take control back. Hurry before they delete your computer.
We got it. We're good. We're good. We got this. All right. Here we go. And we got a lot to talk about here. I'm curious what everybody in the chat thinks about all this too. Yeah, we know Rodimus, Roblox, and that's actually a story I'm going to talk about in a future show. Is the problem with the modding community. I mean, moderating the moderators and the lack of moderation in Roblox in those communities. Okay, all right, here we go. All right, this is as an homage to our roots as a Destiny podcast. We check in with Bungie every week, see what's new, if anything, in Destiny 2, and now Marathon, of course. So here we go. First, it is Marathon. We've got a massive update from the team over at Bungie regarding the future of the Tau Ceti grind, and I wanted to break down exactly what's heading our way here. First, we're looking at the debut of Ranked Mode, which is hitting beta for Season 1 starting this weekend, the 21st. If you've hit runner level 25, you'll have your first shot at climbing the ladder through 6 different ranks, all the way from bronze to that coveted pinnacle status. Now, I want to dive into this new bet on yourself mechanic they're introducing with holo tags. Essentially, you're picking your stakes before you even drop into the map. These tags set your score target and your loss penalty. So you've got to decide exactly how much skin you want to put into the game. It is literally a risk it for the biscuit kind of scenario where you need to hit your loot target and then exfil to earn the rank points. And you got exfil. Then there's 2 different matchmaking pools. You're going to have a low stakes pool and a high stakes pool. To keep things fair, there's going to be gear ante. You have to be at least 3,000 credits in your loadout for the standard queue, which means no more matching with teammates running naked knife builds. Did you do that, Landon? You run the naked knife build?
Free loadouts? Yeah, I do free loadouts all the time.
I do too. So you got to bring the heat if you want to compete. Geez, did I just make that up? Okay. For the final bit of news, or the next bit of news, let's talk rewards. Bungie's focusing on your highest rank achieved during the season. So whenever you peak at the highest rank for the season, you'll get rewarded with all the different rewards they have. So you can push for those exclusive emblems, the gun styles, without the constant fear of tanking your standing right at the end. This is what I always hated about comp, is you'd have great games, you comp your comp score would start flying up, and then you had one bad game, it would bring you. It was like 2 steps forward and 1 step back. It was just a freaking nightmare trying to play comp in Destiny 2. The next thing is Bungie just dropped another patch, 1.05 for Marathon, and the biggest news is that the Cryo Archive is officially in the game now. They're being pretty cryptic about how you actually get there, but they actually dropped a story today, and I'll get to that. There's 3 new random rolled implants. You can convert recovery for faster heals in smoke. You have freeloader for ability energy on knife kills and panic response for a cardio kick buff when you're low. There are also a few new mods like punishment for extra damage against redacted enemies, testament for massive add range boosts, and hurricane for better air stability. The most clutch change, though, is definitely being able to activate exfil beacons while you're downed. That's great. They also finally increased vault stack sizes. Thank you for consumables and ammo. That was nuts. It was taking up all my damn stash for my vault. It's a massive win for the inventory management side. On the balance side, the WSTR shotgun got a hit with a nerf to its aim assist and its damage fall off, while the Misria 2442 got a recoil buff. Plus, they cleaned up a ton of codex bugs, fixed achievements, and added new challenges for the archive. Basically, it's a pretty big update for the grind and marathon these days. They did drop an article for the Cryo Archive, and I think this is what you guys were referring to as far as the drama. But let me just give you the...
Well, it's both the ranked and cryo, but
Okay.
we'll talk about it when you're done.
Well, let me give you the
cryo.
highlights of the new Cryo archive that just dropped. It is in the game now. It's an in-game activity. It serves as the game's first raid-style PvPvE in-game experience set within the labyrinth depths of the UESC marathon ship, the one that's, stabbed into a moon. The entry requirements to participate: players must reach level 25. We talked about that. Unlock all 6 factions and bring a loadout valued at a minimum of 5,000 credits. Okay. Limited availability. The archive is weekends only event, accessible from Friday through Sunday. The map structure, it's a zone that features a central hub connected to 6 distinct wings. You have cargo, index, steerage, revival, biostock, and preservation. And it's a very, very much a high stakes gameplay. Runners must navigate the intense UESC security and hostile rival crews to shoot frozen vaults and uncover the, quote, dark secrets. They have exclusive loot. Players can earn unique mods and implants. We talked a little bit about that, such as Punishment and Testament, which are specifically designed for very high level play. And the sponsored kits. To help players manage the high risk of gear loss, Bungie offers a one-time sponsored kit for their first foray into the archive. And the objective basically relies on your tactical coordination and risk management during an increasingly difficult extraction process. So you guys mentioned there's a bunch of drama around this. Now that I've laid out what the Cryo Archive is, what's the drama? What's going on right now with this?
Well, can you guess at all, Todd?
I think I know.
Imagine in Destiny 2, a new raid comes out. Brand new raid. Everyone's excited about it. That's only available on weekends.
Mm-hmm. I can hear McMaximo screaming at the wheel right now.
So you also the ranked mode is also only available on weekends. So why are we having 2 events only on weekend? It just didn't make sense to me.
Well, I mean,
I'm even confident enough to go one further and say that I don't think most of these things should be all weekend. And if you're going to do something, have it rotate a full week at a time. Or if you want to occasionally have a really special couple day thing, the first time have it on the weekend, the next time have it on Monday, Tuesday, the next time, and then all the people the other way will say, oh, wait, you know what I mean? Like, so make it fair, have it be rotating, or just have it all the time. There's people that work the weekends. There's all sorts of reasons why and I think, look, I know you want to get people excited and stuff, but there's got to be better ways to do it, or have the rotating thing. I promise, having it in the whole time, that's not going to be necessarily a reason why less people would play your game. That's for sure.
Yeah. If anything, it'd make you play more. And like with this, I feel like no secrets are going to be solved so quickly. And I think that's why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Is because they want people to take their time with the secrets, because it's only available on the weekends. So you're going to get in, find something, and die, and not be able to find it again. But it's a weird decision. I'm not a huge fan of it. I hope everyone's feedback is. Yeah, what do you think?
Well,
you seem like you almost don't care, but like I'm curious,
No, I do care. Weekends aren't an issue for me. That's usually when I have time to game is on the weekends. Yeah. Crazy enough.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they aren't for me either, but I'm trying to be fair.
I'm confused here. Is the ranked and the cryo activity 2 separate events?
Yes.
Okay.
They're 2 separate things.
Want to make sure of that first. Okay. I'm just thinking about all these people who are PvE players that are been really working at this ARG, and they finally solve it to unlock it in the game. And now there's all these requirements to get in there. I understand that, you know, this is kind of like the end game. It's like a raid, right? You should be at a certain power level to be able to go into the raid. That's fair. I mean, that makes you grind these beginning areas, which I'm well into the beginning still of grinding this game. And I mean, I like that part because it's something you work toward. Not crazy about the weekend thing though, because I know there's a lot of people who, especially younger people, man. My daughter works in a restaurant. She works all weekend. There's no way if she was involved in this, she'd be able to play it. She'd be exhausted from work. And, I don't know, maybe even let it go to reset. Like maybe like have a reset like Tuesday, like with Zur and everything.
Well, they are doing that a little bit on some of it, but
It's Sunday.
I see that goes to the point. See, I'm fair where fair is fair. I don't think trials should be like that either.
Exactly.
I mean, imagine if Iron Banner was that short. You would be pissed.
It's very much the
There's other
trials-
end game things we have precedence with that I think tryhards don't just play on the weekend. There's plenty of tryhards that play during the week too. And I promise there's ways they can do this to keep it exciting, yet still have it all the time.
I think they'll change it, to be honest. I think they want this game to be a hit. I think they'll,
Well, we
they'll
have
bend on that.
late breaking news.
I lost your voice, Kingsley. Say again.
Yeah. What is the late breaking news?
Can't hear you, Kingsley. Now it's on your end, not my end. Thanks, Discord. Still can't hear you, Kingsley.
Oh,
He's gonna jump back in. Give him a sec here. I'll edit this out in the audio. Can you hear me now? Landon, you froze up. Your camera's frozen.
Hello?
There we
There you
go.
are.
There we go. I think Discord finally the rubber bands got put together. You said you had some late breaking news.
Sorry. Oh, about Joe Ziegler already wrote back and responding to a lot of this.
Okay.
Today.
Do you have the tweet?
So, yeah. And first of all, there's one other part to this too. Also, some people are upset that you have to go on with the team. I mean, I think that kind of makes sense. Again, with raids, you have to have a team.
You have to.
I don't know. What do you think, Todd?
Oh, the solo issue. I think it's too difficult probably for a solo, but I mean, there's always people.
100%.
Yeah.
I think there's people like,
Plus, you don't want to have uneven, since there's the PvP element. Even if someone's God mode, I still think it's better having 3 versus 3.
I think
To
so.
put
Or
it in
four, yeah,
perspective
whatever.
to how difficult Cryo is going to be, there is a challenge in the game already right now to kill 100 UESC bots in one run.
Wow. That many bots going to be in there? Holy crap. Well, okay, I'll put it in perspective
Anyway,
for
so
you.
basically they're already looking into it, which is super cool that
That's
they
good.
respond this
That's
quickly. He said, we also acknowledge that there are likely some who cannot participate on the weekend or are excited about the experience
They'll change
and
it.
want to no life it for weeks. And we appreciate that. We'll be looking into what we can do to retain these considerations and potentially accommodate this in the future. We could stagger ranked and cryo queues more so they overlap less. Look at changing the days we do either cryo or ranked, changing the ante values of cryo or ranked, or looking at other conditions like crew fail experience, solo experience. He even said the solo thing, and iterating on it. So they're kind of considering it, and hopefully they're not just faking this news, but
No,
I think they're listening.
I
and
think
mean it.
genuinely this is their end game,
Yeah.
man. They want people to
They
participate.
already so there was videos earlier today that I saw about slide canceling, and not even 2 hours later they were like, it's already getting fixed.
Yeah.
Don't enjoy it now.
Yeah.
And
This
it's
is
crazy,
you
but
guys work
amazing.
fast.
This is Bungie's hardcore PvP game.
And newer engine. I'm telling you, the technical things, they can do things better.
Yeah,
it's the same
faster.
engine, but newer. It's the better
Well,
one.
they probably had all these, they probably learned from making Destiny 2 when they built this game that they probably already started doing some improvements on that Tiger engine. So, not to mention dedicated servers. That's a big deal, man. That is a really
everything.
big deal.
It's just so much better. Yeah.
Here, I'll give you a comparison. The solo versus the 3v3. It's like if I was to go in to play solo in trials, there'd be no chance, man. Just 3 guns shooting you versus 1, would be too difficult to do. I'm sure there's someone who would love to try it, and I've seen people that jump in these games and their two buddies leave because they want to 1v3 somebody, and it's just like a stunt. I think 3v3 is fine, and you need to be coordinated anyway. It's like a raid, right? Why would you go into a raid solo if you can't even do the encounter? Because the mechanics involve multiple people doing different things. And I know people will bypass that too with skating and all kinds of different tricks, but
oh yeah, but like it's supposed to be meant for 3. I mean, maybe if someone finds a way to glitch in solo, whatever, but I think they do want to actually have 3v3 fights. Even if you have a God mode 1 person, just make it even, you know?
Yeah. Scarlet Matty had a comment here. He loves this game, man. He, every time I jump in, he's like, hey, you want to group up? Let's play. He says they want you to obsess over your marathon runs. I'm going to go insane, LMFAO, in a good way. It's a Trials of Osiris situation. They did stagger the days so rank doesn't start until Saturday and it ends on Tuesday, and cryoactive is Friday through Monday. It's a weird decision. I hope they respond positively in feedback and give us a little more time in there. Ranked is Saturday through Tuesday and cryo is Friday through Monday. I want to spend all my time in there. I know that's going to be something that want to prevent, probably, because if they were, people like me would have to go to other maps, played a lull, but the game should be popular enough where it's a non-issue. Here's what I'm going to love about this. I'm just starting out at, I'm like, I don't know, 13, 14, maybe. I've played probably a good, maybe 8 hours in this game now. It's going to be great because all the hardcore players are going to be doing that. I'm going to jump in the regular
doing ranked
runs.
or cryo.
I'm going to do the regular runs, and I'm going to just get all my bounties done, get your bounties done, get paid. So I'm looking forward to that part because it won't be as sweaty in those maps. But, but no, that's, I could see, I think they'll do right. I have faith that they'll do right and get that taken care of. So, the next thing I want to talk about is, Bungie. We have at least somewhat of a TWAB this week. So this
you
week,
meant Destiny. You said Bungie.
but Destiny. Yes, sorry. For Destiny 2, there is a new This Week in Destiny article out. So This Week in Destiny for March 19th, it covers basically the return of Guardian games, and they have a massive crossover with Magic the Gathering and several sandbox balance updates. The breakdown basically is this. The Guardian Games event will feature a new Rushdown remix. It's a mode with random boss encounters. Players can earn 3 new exclusive weapons: the Triple Laureate, which is a stasis hand cannon, the Beacon, which is a solar fusion rifle, and the Kranios. It's an arc trace rifle. I think I remember that one from last time. Then they have this Magic the Gathering collaboration. The new armor sets are inspired by the Planeswalkers are coming to the universe. The Titans have the Chandra's Nalar, the Flamecaller set. Hunters have the Jace Beleren, the Mind Sculptor set. The Warlocks have the Liliana Vess, the Death Majesty set. You can tell I play this game. Additional items include a Phyrexian themed ship Sparrow and an Emrakul ghost shell. They do have some sandbox and ability changes. Warlocks, the handheld supernova bug, stacking weaken effects, is fixed. The Wanderer tangles now deal full damage. The Hunter Ascension and Combination Blow now trigger lethal current. Titan's Roaring Flames now stack from weapon sourced ignitions. And the rewards, new rewards economy, the new rare Vanguard orders during Guardian games will grant 50 Bright Dust per completion, up to 1,000 weekly cap. And the active modifiers, the heavy ammo surge remains active in the portal activities until March 24th, providing ammo regeneration for power weapons. And they had the community event, the postcards from the Frontier, that continues this week, and it's rewarding creators of selected screenshots with their Golden Age emblem. And there's some neat postcard pictures in there if you want to see those. But I did want to show this armor that they have coming out for the Guardian games, which is why I will be playing it. I want to share it here. This armor looks really good, man. I don't know about you guys, but you have the lion face
Yeah, this is probably the most class themed
Yeah.
armor we've
And
seen.
you have the snake. Oh my God, the hunter snake. And it has the fangs. It has the fangs. You can see them a little bit. And then of course the kind of the hawk look kind of look for the I mean that's a nice set, man. I'm definitely gonna. I think you can buy this for 6,000 bright dust, or I think like 1,500 silver. I think for these, just like the old days. But I don't know, man. This looks really cool. I'm impressed with this set. It looks like they put a lot of time in this, so I'm looking forward to it. I mean, look at the fangs on that. That looks really good. So anyway, I wanted to show you that. This is the ship, the Sparrow, and the Ghost shell. And then these are the weapons. Show you the pictures of them right here. They look pretty good. I'm liking those. But that's it for Destiny this week. That's it for this week in Destiny. So I just wanted to show you that because they were really, really impressive when they put them in the TWAB. And thank goodness there's something in the TWAB this week. My Lord, man. It's been really rough. Anyway, that's all I have for, I believe that's all I have for, oh, I wanted to, no, I already talked about it. Okay, never mind. My bad. All right, let's get into our
Is that on my side?
Yeah. What's that?
Sorry, I cut out again. Was that on my side?
Yeah, must have been.
Oh, other people in the Discord chat are saying they're having issues too. There might be like a router or like a main routing issue in the US right now.
Oh, I hope not. Dang. Okay.
We'll see.
Well, I'm locally recording it, so we'll still have it recorded on here. But no, we want to turn now to our next topic for tonight, and Kingsley Mac will be jumping in. We'll be right back.
All right, I'm a little worried. Hopefully, I'll be able to stay.
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've already cut out twice, and especially in the middle of if I'm doing my topic.
Well, we'll just stop and start again. That's be part of having a live show, man. We'll just have to deal with it.
No, I'm not concerned. Yeah. It's more work for you. Sorry. Nah,
it's all right. I'm people who watch the live show, they realize, technical issues happen. So yeah, if you're on
okay, I'm doing the news first, right? And then the
however you do it, I'm going to just pass you the talking stick. However way you want to approach it, man. It's up to you.
All right. Then I'll do the article first, actually. And then I feel like I kind of blend into some talk about Division with Batman.
Deadbot Hero, Game Informer made a comeback recently. Okay. You have to subscribe to the website now. Yeah, that's right. I remember that. But it'll be a great game. 300 with side quests, he's saying, for Crimson Desert. But it'll be a great game to come back when releases start to slow down for a bit. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was that game for me last year. The game affordability is a big issue. This is what made Game Pass such a massive success. That is a good point. That reason why I just wish Phil could have made it work a little better. He'd probably still be there doing it. Yeah, the armor looks really good, man. I'm really excited about the armor, that's for sure. Okay. All right, here we go. We'll press buttons and hope that they work and do what they're supposed to. Here we go. 3, 2. All right, we're on to our second topic tonight, and it is Mr. Kingsley Mac. Mike, what do you got for us tonight, man?
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I just have a little short article per se, and then some news coming up. But this kind of spoke to me recently because, of course, there's been so much talk about we like big video games, or the analysts like big video games, or whoever, whatever, But, generally, if a game's made right, of course, we like big games. But, there are times where we can forget how good a short game can be, or we don't know what short games may be good, or maybe we don't have time for a big game. So this is just a kind of an article to remind us recent ones. Mm-hmm. Now, most of these recent ones, I haven't played kind of any of them, but I know about a couple. But I want to give some examples of ones that I played in the past that I've really liked. And I want to hear from you guys also.
Okay.
So basically, it starts off with, these are basically games you can finish in 10 hours or less. Okay. So not too bad, right?
It's not bad.
First, Cocoon. Has anyone heard of this?
No.
Nope.
I
only known one on that list.
Yeah. It looks like a puzzle type game, and it looks like cool, like 3D animation style. And it's a short game, free of dialogue, and features minimal cutscenes, but offers players an immersive experience. And it kind of won Game Awards prize for best debut indie game when it launched in 2023. So I don't know. I should have known a little more about this game.
Okay. Cocoon.
Next one's Hi-Fi Rush. It's kind of a very cartoon artsy style. Basically, rhythm-based action game, and clocks in right around 10 hours.
Okay.
This next one, Stray, I've heard of. Didn't we know some people playing Stray,
Yeah,
Batman?
I remember that game.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
I think I
And
got
I
it
haven't
on.
even played it yet.
I think I got it on PlayStation Plus as a PlayStation Plus
Hi-Fi
member.
Rush is so much fun. If
Is
you
it?
haven't played it,
Okay.
it's so good.
What's the
I'll
objective?
consider.
What's
Thanks for the recommendation, then. I'll actually consider it.
Basically, you get captured by robots, and you're just trying to overthrow the bad robots.
Oh, okay.
TLDR. There's a lot more to it, but that's basically it.
Okay. Cool.
No, seriously, I think I want to try all these games, especially after reading the article. But yeah, Stray, that's one about a cat, right? And you're kind of exploring around.
I picked it up on PlayStation Plus. It was free that month. So I said, what the heck? Put it in the
Oh,
library.
I wonder. But I definitely want to play it either way.
Yep.
Next one, Jusant, Jusant. 2023 game, puzzle platformer, quiet, introspective indie title. It's about the climb and tasks players with taking control of a lone wanderer as they attempt to reach the top of a massive tower.
Okay.
So didn't know about that one. And then one more they have on the list, Citizen Sleeper. They just received a sequel in early 2025, but many gamers may not have checked out the original installment in 2022. It's a role-playing game that features a really interesting dice rolling mechanic. Players have to manage their dice assignments to complete activities to progress the narrative and to maintain the degrading robot body. The system will likely appear to gamers who are also fans of TTRPGs.
Okay.
Tabletop, so
yeah.
I mean, all these sound good enough to me. I want to talk about some, my favorites though from back in the day, because this is like, I always tell people too, friends, if you want a short game, anyone remember the super classic, amazing PlayStation game Journey?
I remember it.
Journey.
I never played it.
It's amazing. It's that kind of wispy art style where you look like you're a little cute spirit or something with but you're climbing mountains, you're going through buildings. At the very end, it's like called interactive. It's like this amazing story. It's in the background. It kind of makes you feel all emotional at the end. Yeah, an amazing game. And then one other, I don't know if you guys, this one less people knew about, but I really liked it. It was called Firewatch. If you heard of that, it was basically a short game where you're in the mountains and those Firewatch towers, like in the big mountains out west.
I've heard of that. So I was like, aren't you like in a Firewatch tower?
Yes. But you're actually not in the Firewatch Tower very long for most 99% of the game, and you're exploring through caves, and it's kind of like a little bit spooky at times too, but really fun game and a short game. Yeah, we had some people in the chat. Zombies tried Hi-Fi Rush, says it's fun. Firewatch was fun. So do you guys have any other games to add? I
was just starting to think of, I was just looking up past games. I mean, there is one game that I haven't finished playing yet, though. But isn't Astrobot a pretty short game? I've heard that it doesn't take that many. I think maybe 20 hours or less, maybe. We lost Kingsley.
We lost him again. Dang.
Is it? He might be having internet issues. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. The one that I will always recommend. It's a little bit harder. But if you haven't played Remnant from the Ashes or Remnant 2 yet,
Remnant 2 I have.
Highly recommend both.
It's very much like a Destiny
phenomenal game.
Yeah, I heard it's very much like Destiny.
I love those games so much.
Okay, I have that one.
I'm back.
We got you. I have Remnant 2 in my my library because it looked really good, man. Looked really good. I think that was a PlayStation Plus game as well. But I think Astrobot is considered
Astrobot's good.
Under 20 hours, they're saying.
We'll include that one.
Ratchet and Clank, I mean, Rift Apart, they said 11 to 12 hours to finish that one. Fallen Order, I should have finished that game. 15 to 18 hours, that's not that bad. Why didn't I finish that game? That was a great game, man.
I don't know.
They added levels a bit later. Dadbot, I got you. 99 different levels. Holy crap. I'm can't wait to play with my grandson. He's going to love that game.
Yeah. Well, anyways, short games are great, right?
Yeah.
And
well, I mean,
something we can look forward to. And if we can't, there's plenty of old ones I'm sure you all haven't played that are good. So keep them on your list.
Well, there you go. We provided some information for everybody. If there's some games you want to check out that are short, especially with the little break we have in Destiny right now. That's why I figured it'd be a good thing to talk about. Yep.
Well, and with that, there's always tons of more Division news and things that are going on and exciting things to look forward to coming up.
Okay.
So I don't know where we want to start with this. There's so much, but I'll just start on the administrative company side first. Okay. There's even late breaking stuff today, and I'm not up on all the details, but what's most important with what I care about right now is the way they're structuring the studio houses and the way Division's all in there. It's kind of a golden goose along with Assassin's Creed right now. And so we don't have anything to worry about with Division. I mean, they already are working on planning like DLCs that are coming out soon and Division 3 and all these things. And sure, anything can happen 2-3 years down the road, but right now it is full steam ahead. Okay. Yeah. But,
I'm probably going to jump in and play it. I'm going to go ahead and probably buy it. I don't know when.
Cannot recommend that game enough.
I know, but dude, I got so many games to play. I mean, I'm still trying to level up in Marathon right now. But I mean, I definitely.
Well, you decided to do one new one a month.
Exactly.
You can always change that. 2 months period.
One a month is already a lot. But
I
mean one every other month, so you can space out or something.
I got you. Yeah. Dude, you should see my backlog. I got so many games I want to play. No, I like the once a month because it forces me to try a new game every month.
Yeah, and then even if obviously you're not finishing the games, but you get it sampling. Yeah,
I get it. I'm giving it a good at least 8 to 10 hour playthrough, and that's
yeah. Well, with Division, the very 1st of April, and also kind of that March 31st, 1st of April kind of time frame. Also, this isn't interesting to me, but they are coming out with their mobile game finally. They had an older, which we were talking about a little bit earlier, like Heartland. I don't know, but their main mobile game's actually coming out end of this month.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it called? Batman?
I'm trying to look that up.
And even though I'm not interested in it, it is working out pretty good for them, and they're timing it perfectly. See, Destiny never did this with Destiny Rising and Destiny, but they're timing it perfectly with a big drop in Division 2, which I'll get to here in a second.
Division Resurgence.
I wanted to say Resurgence, but I don't know. I'll probably download it, but I probably won't play it, but maybe a little bit. But Division 2's Year 8 seasonal model, where they usually have still about 3 or 4 seasons per year, they actually stay on track. I don't know how they do it and come out with new stuff all the time. But Year 8, the big update, which isn't even the DLC, we're also getting a DLC later this year, but this is just a big seasonal update where a bunch of things are changing. Basically, I'll try to keep it short, but seasonal modifiers, instead of just you get them from doing certain little quests, they still have those quests for people that like that, but now you can it's like a currency you get doing anything. And the seasonal modifiers can stack, and it's so funny, Todd, you'd love this. The way they described it, they said it's like Balatro, where you can you have to have them in the correct order.
I heard that they were going to add modifiers like Balatro had. I love their modifiers, man.
Yep. And so they're doing that, and you can do them in the correct order. And if you do it that way, then they can stack and stuff. And so this is new to me too, because they haven't had this in the game, but this is coming 1st of April in the big update.
That was
also, they're having a new weapon type, a whole new type above exotics. What is it called? It wasn't Mythic. Mythic is Diablo. Now I forget the name. Do you remember the name, Batman?
I'm just looking it up right now.
You can be my live correspondent, so look that up while I'm talking about it.
I know you're playing both games simultaneously right now, so I know that's probably why the terminology's tough. I see you playing Diablo and
well, I'm playing Diablo more right now, and then I'll switch to Division 1st of April, and then I'll switch back to Diablo end of April, because that's when the Diablo DLCs. Batman's loving this too. He's pretty similar with me on this stuff, but I always joke the three Ds are my main games: Destiny, Diablo, and Division. But
I think if I jumped in Diablo, I would never return.
Yeah, there's a lot. The grind there is amazing. If you want to grind, you can, but you don't have to. Anyways, I'll try to shorten this up. But the whole new weapon archetype that's higher than exotics and higher than legendaries, and they say it's worth, but it's very kind of end gamey, try hard to get these generally. So they're adding a new difficulty on, because the game has gotten a little bit easier over the years, but they're going to keep that for people that like that and add this new difficulty on. And they're purple type weapons. I forget the names, but if they're also going to have like 10 additional level tiers for doing activities also. That, again, this is all optional, opt-in only if you want. Mostly it's for a little bit the higher levels for getting this new tier of gear. But the thing about this tier of gear is like, it's not required by any means. It's they're doing it in a really good way where you don't feel like you're totally losing out if you don't want to do that. And then one other thing that's probably boring for people that don't play it a lot, but they're adding black tusks into the the control points and the retaliations, which I think is super cool. But you wouldn't know what that means.
Black Tusk, are those enemy types or something?
That's an enemy type, but they were never in the public zones. So Division has a really, really live public play space. Like you run around the streets and there's public events going on way better than how Destiny does it, and all sorts of things going on. And you can set your world tier level, but also there's different enemy faction types that are actually, close to each other. And Black Tusk couldn't take over control points ever before. Well, not really. They kind of had like a sub control point before it, but now they can actually do more things in the world.
All right.
So, geeky stuff for people that have to play it, but it's a big update coming out 1st of April.
Okay. Sounds good. What else you got?
Yeah, and I know like we've done a lot of the things in the game, except I think, Batman, you said you've tried the raids at one point.
I have done one raid, and I just got in a backpack and got carried by an LFG group. So I didn't know anything that was going on, but the raids seem fun. Do one of those and try to do the incursion.
Right on.
Okay.
Any other news about Division you wanted to talk about, Batman?
Speaking of incursions, they are doing a new incursion with Season 8 or Year 8, as also the survival game mode, which is one of the first extraction shooters, is coming to Division 2. And I love
that's coming too
in Division 1.
So you're gonna have a PvE
also
extraction
crossplay.
shooter?
A lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So in Division 1, you could choose between PvEVP or just PvE.
Right.
You could choose between
Dark
the two.
Zones.
Yeah. The new gear type is called Prototype grade.
Prototype.
But also like this is primarily, and I think they should keep the PvP lively, but this is primarily a PvE game. There's just so much to it. I think they just, I hate to say this, but rightly so, put a little more development into the PvE side, but I'm not saying they should. If PvP's in there, they got to keep it going too.
They said they're working on balance changes. I don't think I've ever done a PvP game. I think it's called Conflict. I've never done a game.
Some people are way hardcore about it, though, and they would hate to see it gone. I mean, like obviously the game's suited more for the PvPvE type stuff, but like Dark Zone. But boy, some people would be upset if they got rid of the actual PvP zone.
For sure.
But it sounds like Destiny, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like we're saying the same thing.
I mean, it's probably why you like the game, because it's very much like Destiny. In a lot of ways.
Well, and then the build crafting and the seasonal stuff is way better on the end game.
Way more in depth with build crafting.
Way better with builds.
See, I think I played the first game. I don't think I played the second game. I'm pretty sure.
I vaguely remember us playing the first one.
Yeah. There was a helicopter at the end.
Yep.
That's the one I played. I remember the helicopter was a big disappointment. It was like, oh, that's it.
Yeah, the first one is fun.
Yeah.
It got a lot better over time.
Yeah, they did.
And same thing with 2, because when the game first came out, it didn't look anything like it did now. Like there weren't any. So now you have either armor, damage, or skill to spec into put on your armor. That didn't exist as in depth as it does when the game first came out.
Okay. I'm probably going to try it eventually.
The amount of building and complexity you can get into, and you don't have to, but you can get into, is so big in Division 2. You'll see when it opens up.
Okay. All right, cool. Good to hear. Anything, any other news to speak of?
Not really. I mean, still the MacBook Neo is getting really good reviews. People that are getting in their hands are going to the Apple stores, again, for being a $500 to $600 computer.
Yeah.
They're like, it actually feels luxurious, like a MacBook Pro, like feeling it, the corners, the build quality control. So like, you're not getting that much less of a computer for a way, way less price now that Apple has a $600 computer.
It's a smart thing to do. Apple was trying to get people into their ecosystem, and you know how it is, man. It's funny. I'm Apple through and through, except PC because of the gaming aspect. But
of course, yeah.
But
I have to have a PC game.
I am totally in their totally in their platform. I everything I do revolves around Apple products. So that's probably it's a smart move, man, because you get people who maybe can't afford the $3,500 VR setup, you know, and can jump in and get familiar with the Apple system, with the Mac Pros and stuff, and with the Mac, the entry level Mac that they're talking about there. I don't know. I just one PC at a time for me. I can't. I'd probably be curious. I mean, I have a laptop. I have a laptop. I never open the damn thing because I'm always in here playing on this. So
I live on my laptop for sure.
I wish I did, but yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Kingsley, as usual. Thank you, sir. We have one more topic before we get into our catch-up segment, and that will be me closing out the show. Hang with us. We'll be right back. Yeah, and this topic's not really deep. It's just I want to discuss it. It just kind of perked my radar up when I read this interview, and I'm probably going to read the article on this because it's such a short article, and then I really want to see what you guys think about this. It could get deeper, but I don't think we need to go very deep on this. I'm just curious where we're headed on this. Okay.
Yeah, and even if this isn't long, we still have lots of great Discord questions.
We got
and
a ton
like
of stuff.
So,
we got a ton of. We're right on track. We're right on track time wise. We're good. So yeah, we're plodding along just the way I thought we would. All right, good deal. Okay, here we go. All right, our final topic tonight is it hinges on an article I read from the PC Gamer this past week, and they talk about a gaming studio that had the opportunity to reinvent the game before releasing it, and because of this, they have become a very popular live service game today, and that studio I'm referring to is Embark. I want to pull the article up here because it's a very short article, but I wanted to read it verbatim because there was a lot of good information in here. PC Gamer was interviewing Caio Braga. This is the Arc Raiders production director and with Embark. And he, everybody knows it emerged as a really, really popular PvEVP extraction shooter, and we even played in the tournament, FUD's tournament last week, and I had so much fun, man. And the worlds are so inviting. I can get lost in that place. I could just see it. The only thing I hate, it's got a damn timer at the top of the screen. So you got like 29 minutes to do whatever you're going to do and get the hell out of there. I'd love to have it where I could just go in there like Destiny and just go through the world and just look around and take it all in. They actually, I was going to say, what's that?
I hate to tell you, but the timer is an extraction shooter.
I understand it's an extraction shooter. I get that. But I'm telling you, well, what's funny is this was actually going to be a PvE game.
Yeah,
only.
I want to see that game.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
This is probably the hottest take I have, but I don't like Arc Raiders. I've tried it 4 times and I just don't like it.
Well, when he was talking to, and this is, by the way, is Lincoln Carpenter. He does a lot of PC Gamer articles in the gaming industry. And when he was, after the interview was finished with PC Gamer, the director said that the high profile live service launch failures that followed Embark's big hit, it leaves him wishing other projects were given the space to reinvent themselves that Arc Raiders enjoyed. He says this, "I try to hope that they were given the same chance we had, because it's so hard to put a game out there having the trust and the time to improve those metrics. It's just something that not all those studios end up having. They get canceled. They're forced to launch something that was not yet good. I feel for it, to be honest." He says, part of the difficulty of the games industry is that the studios are expected to treat the hit game launches of other studios as a roadmap that can be followed for their own success. Embark's development process on Arc Raiders, for example, once one where the 100-strong staff had all considerable autonomy in pursuing their own vision for the game. Sounds like another studio. wouldn't be feasible at many other studios. And he says, quote, "This participation that we have is something that every company can do, especially size-wise. It's very inefficient to have 22,000 people if all of them want to participate. We are 100, right? I mean, even then, sometimes we have trouble with that." And he said that game development isn't an exact formula. It's one that works best when a studio can adjust or repurpose to meet its circumstances. A creative freedom that Embark was allowed, but that many other studios aren't. Instead, what we usually see is the high guard scenario. An unproven game is presented to the world with the expectation that it'll be an immediate phenomenon and acts before it can even find its footing. He says looking at production as a little formula that you can follow, it usually does not work. That was the article in a nutshell. So here's my take. I mean, I know there's a lot of drama right now with Marathon. The numbers aren't probably as great. Obviously, you cannot compare the numbers for Marathon to Destiny because
no one cares about the numbers.
They're two different games. But the
only people that care about the numbers are the people that want this game to fail.
Exactly. Those are the haters. And what I really hope is that Sony gives Marathon time to cook a little bit, because we all know, if you remember back to the original Destiny game, remember they scrapped the entire campaign and rewrote a new one. They had to totally do a 180 and turn around and make something else. Like I said, I wanted to share this article because I think Sony needs to let Marathon cook for a while before declaring it a success or a failure. And according to a lot of my fellow gamers in the Discord, they're really enjoying the game, including me. So that's just an example. But what do you guys think? I mean,
guess what? They did actually, and even with all the issues we have with Sony and stuff, they did. Whoever's decision it was, Marathon did this too to an extent. Remember, Marathon changed a bunch of things.
They did.
And it was all for the good. And if people are generally liking the game how it is right now, then thank God they made those changes, because the game may not have been good at all if they didn't make those changes.
I guarantee you, if it was like the alpha that we were invited to play, I would not have been. I wouldn't have
played it.
Not at all. I didn't play it for very long, and Kingsley played it for probably even less time. I just didn't.
I hated both the alpha and the beta, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to play this game. And then a friend of mine bought it for me, and I was like, well, I have to now, and I love it so much.
The problem with Marathon,
but that's
Well, I was just going to say, the problem with Marathon is it takes so much time that players have to invest and learn how the systems work. And I actually learned even more this past week playing about all of the different consumables and stuff and what they do and how I didn't know that if I took cardio kick or debug, if I'm a healer, that it actually spreads to the rest of my teammates. And then there's this one consumable where you actually become pixelated, and it's like a really, really good perk in the game where it's harder for other players to shoot you and for the PvE enemies to shoot you. And a lot of times you can just breeze right through them if you have this. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a really strong consumable right now. But
so it's good news that we're getting pretty good news so far with how Marathon can work with that, because here's the wild card with the big companies. It could go either way. Yeah, probably most of the time they don't have the freedom to change as quickly as the smaller companies, but it can happen. Doesn't mean it's always going to happen. We saw that with a little bit with Marathon, and also we're seeing this potentially, and it could all be talk, but we're seeing this with Ubisoft also. What they're doing, even though they're laying off a lot, is the creative houses below them, they're giving them more autonomy, more freedom. We'll see what that really means, but in theory, it's the right decision. It's as long as they can just make money in general. They don't. Before they had to approve like game decisions too, not just like money decisions. Well, now they can at least make game decisions and only get the money decisions approved.
I mean, in Concord, nobody wanted that game. I mean, the sales right off the bat were so bad. I mean, it was obvious this was not what players were looking for. And And
I don't think people wanted high guard more, if that makes any sense. No one wanted high guard.
High guard was a little different though. They were kind of, it was kind of like a gambit game almost to a certain degree. Though I was watching people play it, and it was like phases to the game, and I was like,
didn't Astrocross love high guard?
He did at first. Yeah, he did. He was playing with his teammates, and he actually enjoyed it. But man, did it drop off fast with player counts and stuff. So,
like, there's just a lot of things in that game that just didn't make any sense. Why would you make it 3v3 in a big empty map? Add something into it to make it more of a threat. It just, there were a lot of choices in that game that didn't make sense.
It goes back to these studios or maybe the publisher's fault. They're pushing out these games before they've really been thoroughly play tested, and I think they're just throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks these days. And if it fails, it fails. Okay, well, that's $100 million write-off. We'll move on to the next game. And my biggest thing in the gaming industry right now is that this cookie cutter mentality, where, especially on shooter games, this is why I'm really excited about this Crimson Desert game, because it's the opposite of that. You're getting, usually when you get a game that has very good graphics, it's usually very shallow in other areas because they have to focus all the memory and all the processing power on the graphics, and they can't add a lot of depth to the game. I don't know if that's a technical issue or it's by choice because how much money they're spending on the game to get those really good graphics. But I've played a lot of games that have really beautiful graphics, but there's no progression to the game. And I mean, Battlefront comes to mind because the first Battlefront that came out right after, I think it was made by the people who made Battlefield, I think. And but the very first game that came out, it reminded me very much of Battlefield 1, the one with the World War I planes and stuff. If you came from Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4, you got spoiled with the deep progression and all the selection of weapons and stuff and all the huge maps. I mean, we didn't realize how good we had it back in those days. And then you saw the more recent Battlefields and they just didn't compare, man. It just wasn't the same game. There was no grind. It was just all pretty. It was a pretty game to play. And then they had problems with, you couldn't pick out the enemies coming at you. And it was just a mess, man. But
I feel like we've heard this story.
I know, sorry. I tend to go back onto it. Okay. But yeah, I mean, that's just that's the example I can use because I lived it. But yeah, I mean, I just, I really thought of Marathon when I read this article about Arc Raiders, because I think Marathon is going to be kind of a sleeper game if people can just spend the time. And once you understand how the systems and everything works, you really, the wheels start spinning and you start understanding, oh man, okay, I know I need to go to this location to get these materials, to get this built, and get this satisfied, and I can move over here next. It's all strategizing what you want to do with the factions and stuff. But I just really hope that Sony gives it time. I really hope they do.
The one thing that I absolutely love about Marathon compared to Arc Raiders is it doesn't take ridiculously long to get back to the level if you die. So like, I have all blue guns. That doesn't take hours upon hours to get back to. Maybe 2 or 3 runs if you're lucky.
Yeah. I was worried about losing weapons and losing gear and stuff with Marathon, but I've kind of got a different mindset than if I'm playing Destiny. Destiny, it's about collections. It's about collecting stuff and getting loot, right? It's a looter shooter. Marathon, almost all the guns do a lot of damage. They're all pretty good. And what makes them different is just the attachments you're putting on them. That's really the mods. Yeah. But, like I said, as I play and deep dive into this game, the more I see the love and attention that Bungie put into this game that I just hope that everyone else can experience. And I'm coming from I'm a Crucible player. I love playing Crucible. It's been forever since Iron Banner's been out, but I love the gear that they released last Iron Banner. The ones with the gold mask and stuff over them. I mean, they're just beautiful art pieces. So yeah, that's why I wanted to mention the story, because I figured we'd kind of end on that note, because it's so many games these days are either just thrown out there to see what sticks, or they just aren't given a chance to do well. I don't know.
You can tell a game is source grouped and then a game that's made with love nowadays.
Yeah, and it goes back to what makes an actual game fun to play. And I miss that. A lot of games just don't have that anymore. I don't know. I've been kind of disappointed with a lot of games lately. But I can see the love that Bungie put into Marathon. It's just, is there enough people that are going to stick around long enough to play it to realize that? So
the one tell that's going to tell if people are going to stick around is when the next season starts and the vault life happens.
Yep. When you have to repeat the loop.
That's going to be the tell. It's when everyone loses everything and has to start from square one again.
But here's the thing, man. Let's go back to Destiny. Let's compare this to Destiny. I know it's not the same game, but it's about weapons and gear and stuff. What's the one problem that Destiny had when a new season would come out? They had to one up everything you already had because the guns looked the same. The guns were just a painted version of a previous gun that we've had before. There wasn't anything new or innovative. But the thing I like about
a problem for me.
Well, I know
I'm the weird one.
But I know it was
we
more
had
about
too many weapons.
I know it was more about the story.
Yeah. I always used the new stuff and forgot about the old stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I was very nostalgic.
Every time.
That's why I like resets, and that's why I like Diablo, because it kind of forces you to
start over
if you want to do the seasonal stuff. Now Division does keep everything like Destiny, so don't worry if you play that game.
Yeah.
Even when you do the seasons,
you'll have
keep everything.
Here's the thing too.
It's like Destiny.
Here's the thing too about Marathon is I just finished the new caloric campaign. You know, you do all the priority missions, and you read all the story, or it's told to you, or you have a cutscene. 3 different ways
the lore is wild in this.
It is, man. I got into the new caloric. I'm like, man. These people are all about making food for people, and there was a really chilling entry in one of the logs where something was taking over the AI, and the AI had a brain fart. They didn't even know what took it over, just like some wild entity. And I guess we're going to find out what that's going to be. But I want to go back and finish all the priority campaigns with all the other corporations, because each of them it's so cool, man. It's just I've never played a story this way before. You literally are playing a PvP, PvE, and a PvP game with that risk of getting shot. And actually, as you progress through those missions, those whatever you want to call them, you're actually learning the story as you're playing and as you have that risk. And by the way, I have not teamed up with other players, but I've used the dialogue wheel in a few things playing solo. And there's been a couple guys. There was one I was up against a guy a recon guy, and he scanned. He knew I was on the roof above him, and I just said, "Hey." I don't remember what the wheel said. It was something like
you flipped him off.
No. He said want to team up. It was a preloaded dialogue in the wheel because I didn't have a mic on and he didn't have a mic on either. And then I did my agree or whatever, and my character's so slick. He's like, I suppose. I mean, really, the speaking voice, the speaking voices of all the shells are so innovative. They really are.
And then you skip down the yellow brick road holding hands.
We didn't do that. What we decided to do was just leave each other alone. I actually shot at him first.
Yeah.
And he dashed away.
Oh.
And that's when he said, "Hey, you want to team up?" Or, I need getting stuff done too. And we both understood we're there to get missions done. And we just decided just to leave each other alone. I went one direction, he went another, and we just looted in a different building. It was the coolest thing, man.
That's a minority, right?
I never thought that would ever happen in this game, but it does happen.
It's still going to stay a minority.
Maybe when you're playing solo, you have a better chance, because teams, it's all just it's so frantic when you have teams. And by the way, they did nerf back the third party where you could hear other shots being fired and stuff. Remember that the initial patch, you could hear it across the whole freaking map. But now they've reduced it back. Wild. That was a bad thing they did, but they did fix that, by the way. So you don't hear people in other areas, firing their weapons. Not as bad anyway.
They also added a duos.
Thank you.
I heard about that.
Thank you. I want to mention that because people had been asking, hey, we'd like to have me and my buddy want to play, but we don't want to bring in a random third person who's going to probably Oh man, we had a random third person in our game. Me and Warcry were playing Monday night. I know this is in the catch up segment, but the guy immediately went in there and started firing at all the UEC, and I'm like, dude, what the hell are you doing? This is a stealth game. And he dies, of course. Then, Warcry tries to go in and pick him up. He dies. And then I'm like, I'm not going to die for this. But then they end up ambushing me in the back because, I mean, it was like a big alarm bell, big dinner bell. Everybody come feast on these runners. And I'm like, see, this is the problem. When you get a random third person.
It is only on perimeter right now. But I really hope they expand it because duos is really, really fun.
And perimeter's kind of the beginner map. Yeah.
If Destiny had duos from the beginning that quickly, that would have been pretty cool.
Yeah. It seems like they can make definitely quicker changes on the fly, and that's a good thing. They can be flexible like that. They got a shot. They got a shot at becoming a long-term game. Anyway, I'll quit kissing Marathon's ass tonight. All right, let's get into our catch-up segment. I'm curious to see what everyone's been up to this week. Be right back. All right, good deal.
What's funny though is people are finally, even though like they can understand in theory, but they really can't because now people are finally understanding another reason why we need Destiny 3. They see, oh, this is what a more technical engine can get you, which I've been trying to say for years. Oh, this is how you can make changes faster in the game. You know, all these cool things that Marathon can do. So
yeah, a lot of people are like seeing all the cool stuff that they're doing with the ARG and stuff, and they're like,
yeah,
if this is happening in this, what the heck why are we doing this in Destiny?
Scarlet Maddie said, I think it's great. The story is my favorite part. Speculations going back 30 years, and I just salivate over every detail. I can't help it. And the story, you think it's just a PvE shooter, a PvP shooter? It really has so many.
Go into that codex and read. There is so much lore and story.
I am going to do that because, again, even though I didn't even love the first game either, I always knew and liked Bungie since they started on Mac. And I played the original Marathon a little bit, but I do want to get caught up on. And I think I kind of had a feeling they were going to, and I'm really glad that they're bringing in the old school stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool deal.
So, Gator, you said your favorite faction is who?
Well, I first leveled up New Clark because I wanted to get that free enhanced shield every day because that's the shields are so powerful. And when you charge your shield, by the way, it fully charges it. There's none of this partial bullshit where it only does halfway or something. So I wanted to get that enhanced shield. See, this is the thing, man. In Arc Raiders, you get one player and you got 3 different skill trees depending on what you want to be better at, right?
Yep.
You have 5, 6 skill trees on all these factions.
There is
so many things you can do. It's amazing, man. And I'm just diving in and I'm trying to decide, okay, I think my favorite faction is Mida, even though they sell mostly throwables and stuff, but
Runa.
Who? Yeah.
But the voice. But
I've only gotten through the new caloric priority missions because I just cranked through them one night. And I said, "Oh my God, this is a fantastic story, man. I got to hear more." So you got their perspective on what happened. Now I'm going to get Midas' perspective, and you have all Sakaguchi. You have all these different factions that are all fighting for the same thing, and you get to hear how they were involved with whatever.
Yeah.
We lost Kingsley again.
I'm not a PvP person, but my favorite faction is Arcane.
Really? Well, it's about Arachne's about guns, right? Is that the one about it's all weapons?
It's the death cult.
Okay.
Basically.
That's the one I've done the least amount, Arachne. Yeah.
And they're so cool.
Cool. Okay. Hey, let's catch up. Let's see what we're doing. You good, Kingsley?
Yeah. I'm good. I'm here.
Back. Okay. Cool. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It is getting towards the end of our show tonight, but first I want to catch up and see what's been going on with everybody this week. And of course, we'll check in with Landon first since he's our brand new guest tonight. Landon, what have you been doing? What have you been playing? What's going on in your life, man?
I have been working a lot, but I've also been playing Borderlands 4, getting ready for the new DLC next week.
Tell us about it. What are they bringing on that?
It is called Mad Ellie and the Vault of the Damned.
Okay.
We are getting a new Vault Hunter. His name is Cash. He's kind of like a shadow voodoo man. He can throw cards and roll dice. That's pretty much all we know about him right now.
Okay. That's cool.
Got 2 characters to level 50. They're also increasing the level from 50 to 60.
Okay. That's another game I got to put a lot of time in.
Man,
so many games.
Any Borderlands game I'll play.
I mean, but that's the thing. It's a one and done. I mean, yeah, it's not really. Is it really considered live service, or is it pretty much you're just playing?
I would say so, because there is, like, when Borderlands 3 ended its cycle, there was so much content in that game. There were 2 takedowns, which is basically a long raid to them, because a raid boss to them is just a big boss with a lot of health. And they added 2 takedowns, a raid, and slaughter shafts, which are basically gauntlet modes.
Okay.
And they're going to do the exact same thing for 4. So they already added a raid. They're doing another raid and a takedown next month, along with the DLC.
Nice. Pretty cool, man. All right, good. I mean, I'm glad they're putting out some DLC. That game I had to set aside because Renegades cranked back up, and I got back into Destiny. It's like I'm bouncing back and forth. But man, there's so many games to play now. It's a dilemma because I have such limited time. What else you been up to, man?
That is pretty much it. I started playing. Obviously, been playing a bunch of Marathon. I am level 27 as of right now.
Nice.
And me and my friend have just been playing duos because duos is a lot of fun.
I'm gonna play it. I definitely want to play it. Now that we can do duos, I couldn't do it Monday night. They hadn't patched it yet. And me, like I said, me and Warcar are playing, and we get this random person who didn't know what the hell they were doing, and they ended up just getting us all killed. So, all right, cool deal, man. Thanks for being on the show tonight, man. I'm glad you said yes tonight. Good to talk with you. I cannot believe you have not been on the show before, but Mr. Kingsley Mack, what's going on in your life this week, man?
Yeah, I'm back right now. It keeps cutting out on me tons. I don't know why, but hopefully I'll stick around.
You get the problem I had last week.
Quick.
It's your turn tonight.
Just talk fast.
Yeah, fast. But I've been really hitting Diablo hard right now. They have a smaller season before their DLC late next month, but I'm having a lot of fun with that. And I love raiding, of course. I do that about once a week with people. Division, I'm spending a little bit less time, but I know I'm going to hit Division hard 1st of April.
When the new season comes out.
Yep. And then the Diablo again hard after that. That's okay. That Destiny doesn't have anything until, June. So, well, not that they don't have anything, but stuff that I would be interested in. So.
Yeah. I'm going to play Guardian games as I play all the events every year. They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun to play.
I've never liked the events, and that's not because of playing Destiny a lot. I even had that opinion in year 1. They were just always more boring to me compared to all the other stuff in the game.
I get that too.
But I think they're great to have. I'm not saying they shouldn't have them.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's basically it. I mean, if I can add in anything later if I think about it, but I'm afraid I'll cut out here.
Yeah, Rion says he's not hearing anything either through Discord. It's really strange, man.
Oh, I mentioned everyone was cutting out a little. Well, not everyone, but yeah, some people are cutting out.
Rion, just try to jump in and jump out and jump back in and see if that helps. Because I think Maddie, you can hear, right? Scarlet Maddie.
But it keeps happening again and again, though, for us, for those that are having problems.
Yeah, what the hell was going on?
Yeah, something with Discord, internet routing.
I don't know what's going on with Discord right now. It's having issues, that's for sure. Okay, for me, my wife and I did not go see a movie this week at the theaters. My wife was off for spring break, and we have been, she's been very busy, and I've been kind of sucked into the vortex of work to do. We have been updating our master bedroom. We put new cabinets and sinks and mirrors and repainted it. In fact, we were up till midnight on Tuesday just trying to get it all done. All the while, having to go out and work and during the day to boot. I have to give most of the credit to her, though, because she got a lot of stuff. She was hanging lights, the new lights and stuff above. And she really did a lot. So I have to give her most of the credit there. I had to run the plumbing and put the sinks together and, put all the the drains and stuff in and all the good stuff there. But she didn't want to mess with that. You don't realize how nasty you are as a human being until you've cleaned out a drain. In your wall. You're like, that is disgusting. How the hell did that grow there? So that was a fun experience. Needless to say, I had all my gloves on. Have to give a shout out to Elmer Fudd Games putting on What's in Your Wallet, the Arc Raiders tournament last weekend. My buddy Native Raider and I competed, and we did really good. I think we came in second or third. I was impressed. We banked we decided to take the low risk. We decided to just do the Buried City runs. We went to the high loot areas at Buried City and just rinse, repeated. And we piled up over 400,000 in 2 hours. So, but congrats to one of our members, Technical, and his teammate. He cleared over $1 million of valuables. Now he did the opposite. He got the damn keys and all the special keys and went in all those higher loot areas. And, I guess they were successful against other PvP, players that were probably doing the same thing, but that was very impressive. I mean, they started slow. We were in first place, like the first hour maybe. And then they just came steaming ahead, and, it was crazy, but Fudd always puts on a great tournament. He had a live scoreboard where he was updating everybody's. We took before and after of our screens, and we sent it to a special Discord where he would grab them and start adding the points, adding the values to it. And man, I know he was frazzled by the end of that, because he says, next time I will have someone else do that, because it kind of took him away from what he does best, and that's being a host of a tournament. So, but kudos to him, man. I'll definitely be in the next one, Fudd, if you're listening. I had such a great time, man. Maybe I'll have a little more experience in Arc Raiders by the time we do it next time. But yeah, we did really good. I was really, really, really happy I decided to play that. Of course, because we played the tournament, we didn't have we had to postpone our raid team that we usually run on Saturday nights, because that's when the tournament was. But I think we're going to be coming back this Saturday to play some. So hopefully that will happen. Jump into another raid and get some stuff done.
Hopefully.
Yeah, no, I did play a lot of marathon. Shout out to my teammates for helping me out. I think Scarlet Maddie and his friend jumped in. We're doing some 3-player runs for me for a couple hours. I think I gave a shout out to you last week, Batman, for helping me out on a few things. And of course, me and Warcry jumped in, and Warcry is greener than me in marathon. He's an old, I only play Crucible player, and he just trying to learn everything. I could see he was a little uncomfortable, and he probably wanted the more PvP action, where we were like, no, man, you gotta move carefully around the maps, because you're not only fighting another team, but you're fighting the PvE enemies, which are no joke. I'm still trying to learn everything, but man, this game definitely has those hooks in me. I'm just trying to get all those priority contracts done so I can finish the story out. And then hopefully I'll be level 15, level 25 by then, where I can find 2 other people who want to jump in and try to attempt the end game stuff. But that's pretty much it for me. It's been a pretty simple week. It's just been a real busy work week, and we've been redoing our house, some stuff in our house. So been a crazy week there. So let's do this before we go tonight. Let's see if we have any questions from our community. Be right back. I gotta get a drink because I'm losing my voice.
We definitely do.
Good deal.
Yeah, hopefully the cutouts are about done.
Yeah, Rion can hear. Good.
Here's hoping.
Just finished my night shift at Heathrow on the way home, listening to you guys. Help with the journey for sure. Thanks, Rion. Yeah, I need to give you my my Arc Raiders number. I have no clue where to find it. I probably have to go in game and look it up, and I'll send you a friend request, man. Yeah, I'm 100 down for the next Arc Raiders tourney, and the time zone might be an issue, though. I get that. I'm going to get some cryo keys to hold on to tonight for us, Todd. Hey, sounds good, Scarlet. Sounds good, man. I definitely want to run it. Definitely want to run it, man. Yeah, Scarlet's really cool. I've been doing a few runs.
It's going to be crazy.
It will be. It will be, that's for sure. So,
do you have all the other requirements down?
I still have Sekiguro, the last one. I still got to run the initial mission on it. I got to do that one.
Are you at the level?
No, I'm only 15, 15.
You can get there easy.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I play in spurts, and I usually play for like 2 or 3 hours at a time, and I rank up pretty good. I'll play late night, just solo, just getting contracts done and leveling up. I mean, I'm good at optimizing contracts and what I'm doing for my time. So, okay, let me pull the questions up here. Let's get to that real quick here. I got to leave chat for just a second, guys, on Discord, and we'll pull up some questions for the show. Okay, yeah. Do have some questions. All right. Good deal.
Well, one is just a bunch of line breaks. It's the same
Yeah.
person.
Oops, I put the
So
wrong
2
thing.
questions total.
Yeah, that's fine. They're good questions.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Holy crap. Dad bod. Damn, man. That's a lot
I
of writing.
mean, I know I could probably summarize it, but I mean, if you want to read it real fast, I mean, we still,
I think I
it's not
read
like we're
it.
running super late. So
No,
yeah.
I'll let you summarize that one since you've read it carefully, and I will.
Well,
I'll read
hopefully I can get it up there.
Taserface's one here. Okay. All right.
I may try to just read it fast.
That's fine. We can do that. All right. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the last segment of our show. So where we ask, we turn to you guys and see what you guys have for us question wise. And I want to turn to our Destiny questions, part of our show. And Taserface2732 had a question for us. He goes, why do you think it is that the talk of Destiny 2 immediately turns to server shutdown, work on a Destiny 3 when the numbers of players dwindle down, but another MMO such as World of Warcraft would be forever eternal? What's when the game hasn't been relevant in years, yet there's no news about their numbers or stats. Also love the show and community you guys have created. Peace. Thanks, Taserface. Appreciate you, man.
Peace.
What do you guys think? You think they are obsessing on that, aren't they?
I don't think it's that simple, actually. But go ahead. Batman,
I don't either. And he, as much as I agree with his point, he used a bad example with comparing it to WoW, because like there are way too many people that play WoW on like a daily basis. Even though like not many people play it, there's still a ton of people that play that game.
What are you gonna say?
Here's the thing. It's not true that we immediately turn to talk about server shutdown when the numbers dwindle down a little bit. No, it's been going on for years. It's not about what you look, the other examples they're giving. These are games that, yeah, they're low, but they're not doing this graph down like what Destiny is. Destiny has a graph that keeps going down, 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 down. And that has much more appropriate talk for saying there might be issues than other games, that sure, they're low, but they're staying low, and they may even go up, like Division goes up some, or WoW goes up some at times, and things like that. Yeah. Destiny just isn't doing that. So, yeah, it's a good point in general for sure, but Destiny, I think, unfortunately, is kind of earning its reputation at least a little bit, and I know and hope it'll get better.
I'm curious what Guardian Games will do next week. I'll keep a close eye on it, but yeah, you're right. We do obsess about the numbers on Destiny, and probably because we're worried about it, the game being shut down.
I don't obsess. I just tell the truth.
Now, I will say this. Go ahead, Landon.
I don't think it's going to get shut down because Destiny 1 is still still going. And like something would have to happen really, really bad. Granted, it's not great right now for them to be like, all right, we got to start turning off some servers.
Yeah.
These conversations don't even need to be had. Like, they're not shutting off the servers. They're like, but it also can be true that Destiny's in a different situation than a game like WoW or Division.
Let me ask you guys something. If Destiny, if Bungie tomorrow tweeted out, hey guys, we're moving on to the next Destiny game. We're going to make it. We're going to make it, but we need time to make it. But here's what we're going to do. We're not going to really support Destiny 2 anymore, except we're going to have our events team put out the events 4 times a year like they do right now. The Solstice, the Guardian Games, the Halloween event, and then the Christmas Dawning event. Would you guys be happy with that? And would you come back and play those events, or would you just forget about the game altogether? Or should they still be supporting it? And
can you hear me right now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Then I'll go fast. Yeah, I'd be happy with the news, and I wouldn't really play the content because I don't love the seasonal stuff anyways, but I think it would be a smart decision, and I would be happy with that news.
I wouldn't play. I mean, obviously, I do like raids and stuff when like we want to do raids or do a dungeon night or something. But like when Festival of Lofts comes around, I get the new ornaments or the new costumes, and then probably don't touch it again.
Yeah,
because I'm the same way as Kingsley. The events don't really do anything for me.
I I think I'm still wearing the armor ornament set from the Solstice event, the wolf set. I think I'm still wearing that. It's such a badass set, man. And I did what I needed to do to get it. Now, that being said, I didn't play the Halloween event this year because it was based on playing with other people. And I like the Lost Sectors. I know people didn't, but I like just something I can go in solo and grind and grind and grind to get what I need to get the rewards. And it wasn't solo friendly. So I said, Pat, I'll pass on it. For the first time ever, I passed on the Halloween event. I hardly played it at all. But the Solstice, the Dawning, the Guardian games, it's always a lot of fun.
Guardian games a team thing?
It might be.
Rush?
I'll look into it. I mean, I may just.
It's a boss rush mode, isn't it?
Yeah, the thing
different
they did
enemies.
last year, but
Yeah.
a new version of it, they said.
It just depends.
I think you have to play in a group. I could be wrong.
We'll see about that.
remember.
But they usually have a firewalled version where you can jump in by yourself. But the main thing is I love the ornaments and gear. They put a lot of time in those, and for that reason, they put their time in for the content. I'll jump in to play it. All right, Kingsley, we got one more question. I'm going to let you tackle that one, buddy.
Oh boy! And if I cut out,
We'll tell you. We'll tell you.
This will be the worst time. But okay, from Dadbot Hero. Hey there, Roundtable friends. I don't really have a question this week, but instead like to share an opinion and reflection of more recent gaming experiences. There's a theory I keep coming back to when thinking about new live service games. Many of them struggle, not because the games themselves are bad, but because investors are obsessed with early metrics. Launch week, player counts, engagement graphs, revenue spikes, becoming the measuring stick, etc. If those numbers don't explode right away, confidence disappears, funding dries up, and a game can be labeled a failure before the community even has time to truly form. Sorry, I'm going fast. There's tons to this.
Yeah, that's fine.
See if I can. The live service games were never meant to be sprinted through like a traditional single player campaign. The more like living worlds that grow and evolve over time, the healthiest scenario for a new live service game is one where players feel comfortable engaging at their own pace, exploring systems, discovering mechanics, enjoying the social aspect without feeling pressure to keep up with the fastest grinders. Ironically, that slower and more organic pace is exactly what builds stronger communities. When players take their time, discussions last longer, strategies evolve naturally, and new players don't feel locked out because they joined too late. The experience becomes less about racing to the end game and more about being part of a shared world. There's also a mental health aspect that often gets overlooked. The pressure to keep up with the Joneses is finishing every battle pass, unlocking everything immediately. Chasing every new meta can turn something meant to be fun into something that feels like a second job. Taking a step back and playing at your own pace removes that pressure and lets the enjoyment come back naturally. Almost done here. I admit it, I'm late to the Destiny 2 party, but honestly, that might be the best part. I'm thoroughly loving every single morsel of the content the game has to offer instead of rushing through it. Take my time exploring everything and appreciating just how much time there is experience. And he says, like, joining the community is amazing, random fire teams and all that stuff. It's about connecting with friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Look, I get what he's getting at. I don't think, though, it's helpful because I'm almost getting the impression like some people think like if you go through content too fast, that's bad, almost like we want a time gate. Yeah. And I don't think that should be true at all, especially for a live service game. Obviously, live service games are meant to be played more for people. Yeah. And if you don't like that, then you try a game more like a single player game. But of course, it's true that investors, just want to find the cheapest way to do these things. So it's not so much how much content. We should still have a lot of content and things come out more often. It's just they're doing it in bad ways. Look, I mean, there's two things to be a live service game that you have to stay healthy. You do have to have new content from time to time. And so you definitely don't want to have a situation where like, oh no, it's coming out too quickly, like, the seasonal model once every 3 months. And it'd be nice to have a lot of content when a season comes out, not just a little bit of content, right? Yep. Destiny's been having the opposite problem for year after year. Keep less. At some point, it's not going to be a live service game anymore. And then also, a lot of games do this well, like Division and Diablo, where they have the main story seasonal stuff that 90% of people can finish, even if you're not a hardcore player. but you still want to have other stuff in there that the grinders like, and there's nothing wrong with that. So in Diablo, you're going for the mythics, you're going for the uniques, things like that. In Division, you're going for these new weapon types and stuff. And there are ways where you can have kind of both models where people that aren't tryhards enjoy it and the other don't too. So I like the point, but I just want to make sure we're not thinking like we should be having less stuff or people are playing too fast. It's okay to play at whatever speed you like. And, if for people that have less time, they'll enjoy the story part, and the people that have more time, they enjoy the super grindy part.
What do you think, Landon?
It's hard to say because like a lot of like what he said with the new live service games, a lot of them are trying to make money instead of being good, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that.
The DC live service, the Justice League Suicide Squad one.
Yeah.
The gameplay was fun, the story was not, and the end game was not. And you can't have your gameplay. Gameplay can be fun, but everything else can't be fun. That doesn't make a good game.
Yeah.
And that's the only live service game that I remember coming out of recent.
Yeah, the one thing I hate, because I'm playing several games at once now, which is unheard of for me. I mean, I only play Destiny, used to be my motto. I think Marathon is doing this, in fact. They've kind of learned from maybe not, but I think if I heard correctly, the seasonal track does not go away in Marathon.
No.
You can go back and get the stuff from earlier. So once you buy the seasonal track, if you're buying the $10 whatever the enhanced season pass, whatever you want to call it, you buy it, it's there for you whenever you have the what's it called, not Bright Dust, but the silk, which, by the way, I got a question about that. Landon, maybe you can help me with this. Maddie, maybe you can help me with this.
Don't get too sidetracked.
Why am I only getting a few 10 things of silk every now and then? What, don't I get it for like every completion?
It's based on level. It's based on every level.
Oh.
But I'm right there with you. It takes forever to get silk, and I don't like it.
Okay. They need to do that like per activity. Or like maybe if you get 2 contracts done.
Per contract, maybe.
Something.
But yeah, I'm the same way. Like, okay. I don't like.
So it's per level?
Yeah, every level. Yes.
I don't like that. All right. Well, whatever. Because you max out at a certain level, right? And then it
140,
resets.
And then
140.
140, and then you
Okay.
won't.
Go figure. There's a currency thing that Todd doesn't like.
Well,
But this one actually
it.
makes sense, though. This one actually makes sense.
All I want, Bungie, just tell me how I need to earn it, and once I know that, then I'll know what I need to you know. But I love that
20
part.
per level.
I think I read that when I was deciding to buy the enhanced pass or whatever for $10. I was like, you know what? Yeah, why not? You know, it throws some shekels their way, and and the fact that they said that you never lose it, you can always come back. There's no FOMO there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what got me to buy it, because in the past, everyone's to play Destiny for any length of time. If you don't spend the time in Destiny, like I'm a max, I've maxed out the season pass this season because it's been one long giant season. I've had plenty of time to do it, but for future seasons, I may not complete it. And guess what? It just goes away. So then you get that FOMO, like, oh my God, where did you get that weapon ornament? Or where did you get that special exotic weapon? Oh, I got it back in season of the blank. I'm like, well, how do I get it? No, you can't get it anymore. That was available in that season, or armor ornaments or whatever it may be. There's that FOMO there. And after a while, man, when you're playing several games at once, you just finally just don't care. You just give up. And
it brings up a really good sub point. You either have to be, and I've always been on the side of don't care. I mean, that's how I can live life happier. Like, if you're going to play several games, you have to be okay with some of the FOMO. You just don't have time. And so I feel like people should go into another game knowing that, not getting mad about the game not giving you enough time, but knowing that you went into that knowingly how much time you have.
Yeah. Again,
I still think 90% of people should get most of the stuff, but you definitely want to have a lot of stuff that should be FOMO for 10% or less. There's nothing wrong with that ratio.
I mean, you're paying with your time, but then when you pay money and you have to pay with your time, it gets, I don't know, it just gets up there a little bit. I mean, I think there should be guaranteed.
Well,
I think this, I like what, yeah, I know you don't, but I like what Marathon's doing here. The fact that they're saying the enhanced track, which is just like a second half of each page. You get you get the regular seasonal stuff, and then you have the enhanced stuff, and it never goes away. So I love that.
I do like that too. That is smart. And then you can still have other things
Think
that
about it. Bungie
are
did that.
FOMO though. Like I love the seasonal reset idea, you know.
Think about it. If Bungie did that, you could get some kind of currency and decide which track you want to apply it to, just like you do with the Silk. That's a great system. I like the way they did that. But just damn, man, let us earn Silk a little easier. My Lord, man. I think Scarlett said it was 20 Silk per level.
Yeah, 20.
And he said
level.
it ain't much.
It ain't much, man. And then they give you a cap where you can't even hoard it. You have to use you get to 140, you got to use it. So use it, or I guess you can't get any more.
Don't you want to use it?
Well, of course I want to use it, but what if I just want to see what's coming next season? I want to hang on to it. It's like they want to make sure that you are not attached to anything in season one.
They want to make sure you're playing.
Oh, I understand that too. So
yep.
But Dabot Hero, good question, man. It was a good question as usual, or a good statement, I guess you could say. But yeah, I mean, he always has a lot of good insight on
of course,
gaming and stuff. So I was looking at comments here. It looks like everybody's pretty much content. So good deal.
They love everyone.
Yeah, I mean they're having a side conversation going. So all right. Well, that is it, guys. That is our show tonight. I appreciate Landon first, the Batman2836. Thank you for saying yes, man, and coming on tonight. I know it was last minute. We had a couple cancellations, and I was in panic mode. And then I looked back and I saw your name because I've been gaming with you in Marathon, and I said, you know what? We can have Landon on, and we can have Batman on. I mean, then I looked and saw you never been on. I'm like, man, I got to definitely ask him now.
We got to do it now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So thanks again, man. Thanks for showing up tonight. Sure. We loved hearing your story. As with every guest host, do you want to give a shout out to anybody before we leave tonight?
My beautiful wife.
Do you want to say her name, or she knows? No. She knows who she is, right?
Yeah, she knows who she is.
I got you, man. Good deal. Well, thank you, sir. Again, appreciate you sharing your story with us tonight. Kingsley Mac, any shout outs for you before we go?
Boy, on the spot, I'll shout out our raid team, Saturday night
exactly.
Raid team.
Right.
I always love the guests, so shout out Batman is a given, but like, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I want to give a shout out to my man, Mr. Native Raider, who carried my ass last week in that tournament. And I had such a good time, and he gave me special backpacks where I could carry more, and just he busted his butt to make sure that I had the gear I needed to compete.
That's another thing that I love about Marathon. It's like you can drop stuff for people, and you'll get it right back at the end of the run if you survive.
Wait a minute, what?
So like say I have a gun, like a blue gun, I can drop it for you, and then if we extract, it'll come back to my vault.
Oh, it's like where you're loaning it to him.
Yep.
Does it count as a trace? Probably.
No.
Okay. Nope. I like that. Nice, man. I you know what I love? I love the fact that because you can, once the countdown goes down, you turn into a duffel bag. And if your teammate is still alive, he can come back after everyone's looted you and everything and actually get you back up if one of your team members stays alive. I think that's a good mechanic as well. But what they're saying to do is if you have too much loot, empty everything out of your loot, grab all of their loot, and go hide it in the map. That is so funny, man. I heard someone tell me to do that. I thought that was hilarious. So they end up, like naked as soon as they get revived, which is kind of cool.
Funny.
But I like the fact that, his buddy could loan him a gun to get through just to get the hell out of there, and the gun will come back to him. That's really good, man. That makes people want to share. I like that. Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight, whether you're on our YouTube channel or our Twitch channel or here in our Discord. Shout out to you, Rayon. I know he's across the pond right now. He's 5 hours into the future. How's the future? Does it look bright?
The future.
Anyway, so remember, as you're playing your games, hydrate. Wait, what's the saying?
Hydrate, don't dehydrate.
No, remember
Go
as
for-
in
with
life.
the ri-
Remember as in life, we're in your game. Get your reps in. Later, Guardian. Oh my God, how did I forget?
We wait and we hydrate.
How did I forget that? Jeez Louise, man. That's what happens. That's what happens. Old man brain. Here, I'll do it again so you guys can chime in. And remember, as in life or in your game, get your reps in. And later, Guardian.
I
Have a good one.
That's a better
I
cut.
liked we wait and we hydrate.
We wait and we hydrate.
well, we hydrate.
I like it. I like it. That was a good show, guys. That was a good guy. At 4:40 a.m., dude. Oh my God, 3:40.
Obviously,
Okay.
3:40.
they're
Yeah.
ahead.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's 5 hours ahead. Working that night shift, Rayon. I hear you, man. Good on you. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm gonna go watch The Pit. It's the season finale.
Oh man, dude, I
I
love that show. Me and you
Yeah.
got to talk about it.
I love that show. And my wife and I.
I'll
And
get to
my
it.
wife
I know
gets.
I'll like it.
My wife gets pissed because I watch it. See, what I do is I watch it. I don't tell her I watched it, and then I'll pretend like I haven't watched it when we
geez.
sit down together and
mean-
watch it. It's just like Game of Thrones and all those other shows. I like watching them twice. They're that good.
No, there's nothing wrong with that too. Yeah. Luckily, my wife and I don't care when we do that, but then we will just watch it again when we watch it together if one of us are off kilter, you know.
Yeah, I get that.
We've been watching that in Paradise. We haven't watched Paradise yet.
I watched the first season.
Man, that's good TV.
I'm waiting to watch the second season. I love that guy, man. He's such an underrated actor, man. He's really good.
Yeah.
So, all right, later, everybody. Have a good night. Have
Yeah.
a good week. I'll see you out
Thanks,
there.
everyone. Thanks for the great
Marathon
podcast.
Battlefields. Later, guys.
Mm-hmm. All right, see ya. Bye.
Bye, guys.